What's up, everybody? Welcome back to Chillporeal. This is the 49th episode, and you know what? I figured I wanted to bring my Chicago convention bro here. So let's give a warm welcome on his first Chillporeal. Runner, what's up, man? Thanks for being
Hey,
here.
what's going on? How are you? How is everyone?
How's everybody? Well, let's see who's in the chat. Well, we got my boy
Well,
Salty
how are you
Traveling
too?
C.
How about that?
What's up?
How are you as well?
How am I?
Yeah.
I've been busy today. I've been busy. That's how I am. I've been I'm still recovering from pumping some iron yesterday, so I am really
I'm
I'm really sore right now. So
I'm still recovering from the semester. That was fucking insane.
yeah, so I gotta so that's the reason why I wanted to do this earlier with you, but you're like bro Brian, I got projects to do.
Yeah,
I got homework. I have no time. And you know what?
it's
Fully
ridiculous.
understand because I was in college too. I know the grind. I know the grind too. Engineering, all nighters. I don't know about you, but I did all nighters when I was in school.
It's kind of like that too, to a degree. Like whether it's homework or just doing other projects for friends and stuff for fun, just so we can like get our work out there.
So if I remember correctly, you're studying film, right?
Yes.
That's your major. So
Hmm.
I was just curious. You can share what kind of without saying exactly where you're going to school, just like what kind of work you've been doing for the semester.
Oof. I mean, so it's like all over the place. It's sort of like you're trying to like, take the classes you need to take. And I took a 2-year college to like get my gen eds out of the way, and then I transferred over to a 4-year in order to do what I want to do, and so that way can sort of just get the electives and all the stuff I need to take for my degree and all that out of the way. And it's pretty fun for the most part because you're taking classes then you want to take and you're actually more passionate about. So that's pretty nice. It's like, I got all the core classes out of the way, which is very nice. I can't say that for some others that um have gone like all 4 years, because some of my friends are like they still need to like complete their core classes, and it's like, damn, I got that shit over with.
Now, I've only taken one film class, and that was in high school. It was film study, where we just basically watch movies and
I
analyze it.
I,
Is that one of the is that
I
one
took
of the
I took a class like that at I took a class like that at high school.
okay? I saw some weird movies. My teacher showed us some weird movies. Now this was 2003. So like
Mm,
I think I got my first taste of Tarantino
I
that
was
year.
I was born 2003.
One
I'm
second,
sorry.
one second. Hold the fort.
Oh jeez. God damn it. I'm all alone. I'm I don't know what else to say. Hello chat. CLS Studio, Jake D, Silverlock, David Glenn, Salty Traveling C, Dread Roberts. Hello to all of you. I was just saying hello to the chat when you were away. And I was
Yeah, sorry
alone.
about that. Sometimes I get a knock on my door, and I'm just like not now, not now. So
Okay.
hey, yeah, yeah. So I got runner. How did we meet? Did we met? I think we met at a convention, didn't we?
Did we meet before that, or
I don't. I don't think so. I think when so I was in. I mean, Salty knows, but I was invited by Ord's Board, another YouTuber, to be on a panel with him and another Chicago native. I think his channel's Darth News. So it was we were the three of us were on a panel. We were just talking about. I don't even remember what we were talking about. I'll have to look for that. I'll have to look for that stream. But Runner here, I believe, was in the audience, and you know he was talking to everybody, and me and Runner clicked. We like a lot of the same movies. We like a lot of the same stuff. We were having very long conversations. We were just hanging out. So So yeah, I think that's pretty much how it started. And yeah, yeah. Hit that thumbs up for Runner and absent Boreal. Yeah, that's right. But it was a fun. It was fun. It was in Chicago. So
I'm
I was explaining how we met. I think you were in the audience, and we were doing like a live stream panel. It was me, Ord's Board, and I think Darth News. I think it was just the three of us. I don't know if there was anyone else.
didn't I meet you like the day before that?
I don't think
Actually,
so. I don't think so. No.
really, I just shut. No, there's no way because actually no wait, that might have been the first time because the day before I think I had met Ords in person. We've been friends for like a couple of years beforehand, and we had
Yeah.
like planned on meeting up. And I think that's when I met Darth, and then the day after is when I met you in person. And
Has Darth been making any content lately? It's been a while since I've listened to some of his stuff.
I
Some of the stuff is very
same
interesting.
same here. I haven't heard much of his stuff either, but
And Darth is basically a dude that just wears
Deadpool mask.
a Deadpool mask, and even at the convention he was still anonymous, so we didn't know we didn't know who he was. We didn't
Yeah.
know who he was beyond the mask. So that was a little fun right there. So
But yeah,
but
no,
like
I hadn't heard from him in a while, but you know, he was cool. He was a cool dude. And you know, after that whole panel that you guys did and all that, I mean, we just sort of shot the shit and just talked about, you know, nerd shit. Like that's literally all we did and it was great.
yeah, and I didn't even know this, but you were on you're regular on Fanzine's physical media stream every Wednesday night, and yeah,
Not
so if
not in
you
there
if
I'm not in there as much, but yeah. I
well because of college, so
yeah.
but before, I mean, like so I didn't even know this because I think I had Fanzine. I don't know if I had Fanzine on at that point. Maybe I don't think I started collaborating with Fanzine until the following fall when I had him on for a Halloween serial horror thing or something like that. And I
Mm.
realized you and him were already already did stuff together. So yeah. So by the way, definitely check out my Chillporeal with Fanzine. We were going into detail about physical media and all that. So, and why collecting physical media is important. So here this is kind of a continuation of that stream. Runner's a big physical media guy. We like a lot of the same movies. He's a bit of an old soul when it comes to movies. He's seen a lot of Sam Raimi, John Carpenter. I think there was a few other films. I don't think I've ever seen an Edgar Wright film. I know I was looking at
Really?
at least I don't know if it was
Uh
an Edgar Wright film. What's he best known for?
Shaun of the Dead,
Okay, I haven't seen all of that. I've seen part of it.
Hot Fuzz,
Okay, Hot Fuzz. I've seen part of it. Yeah,
the
my buddy
world
Dre Roberts is gonna kill me for saying I
the
haven't
World's
seen that.
End.
World's End. No,
Okay. Scott Pilgrim versus the World.
dude, Dre Roberts is gonna love you, and
Um,
he loves Edgar Wright. So, yeah.
Baby Driver. That's one of his best ones, I think.
Me and Dre Roberts, we were just watching Baby Driver. I actually really liked that movie.
It's great.
They
I
played
love
it.
that
They
movie.
played a Queen song. I never thought I would ever hear. They
Hey,
played
what?
the
When you watch Shaun of the Dead, they play a lot more Queen songs than that.
Okay, that I do know. They know they play. I know they play "Don't Stop Me Now" in Shaun of the Dead when
Yeah.
they're beating the crap out of
Yeah,
zombies and
and
all that.
you know how they made that scene, right? Like
No,
behind the scenes, like they each put like an earbud in all the actors' ear, and then they like listen to the song while they like hit the zombie like in the beat of the music.
oh, I gotta see. I have to watch this now because I've been my liking of Queen has kind of come back. Right now because of the way I've been working out. I'm competing with my 2008 self, and back then I was listening to like all this classic rock. I was listening to Genesis. I was listening to Queen. I was listening to Led Zeppelin. So look at this. I'm wearing the shirt. I'm actually fitting the shirt that I wore back then. That's how crazy it is. So I do eventually want to get back to running. Right now I'm just going on the elliptical at the gym because I'm just not. I don't think I'm ready for it. But how'd you get your name Runner? I'm taking it you ran quite a bit in school.
Yes. I used to run a lot. I I kind of started cross country and track 7th grade, and you know those first 2 years doing it in middle school wasn't really the greatest, just because the coaches weren't really the best. In all honesty,
Chicago
um,
coaches can be like that.
with Chicago,
Yeah, Chicago coaches.
okay, but the coaches at my high school were great.
Okay.
They knew their shit. Like, on the other hand, in middle school, it's like they're nice, fine people and all that, but it's like they didn't.
You went to middle school? Okay, that's not a Chicago thing though. I
Well, I live in the suburbs.
Oh, you live in the suburbs. That's right.
I don't live
Oh,
in
okay.
Chicago.
I live in Chicago, product of the system. No, it was K through 8. It was K through 8 at if you go to a CPS school. So
Yeah,
okay.
I know for most people it is. It's like for me, it's like K through 5, and then 6 through 8, and then freshman, senior. Obviously, when you get to high school,
Hmm.
and yeah, high school is a much better experience, and I was fucking great at the time, and
You weren't just great. You were fucking great.
I was fucking great, and here's why. The reason why I was fucking great was because freshman year of high school was it, yeah, it was track and field. Yeah, it does have good pizza.
So I've gone into arguments with people because being online, being on YouTube, you meet a bunch of people from different parts of the country. I've
Yeah,
gotten into arguments.
about the
A lot of people say that deep dish pizza is not real pizza.
oh
It's
god,
pie. I'm just like,
oh
shut
dude,
up, just
oh
shut up,
my
shut up.
god, you don't understand. If you know, I haven't talked to him in a while, and I fucking miss him to death. But you've met Angelus Draven, right?
Yes, yeah, he was at the meetup. He was at the FNT meetup in 2021. So I met him. He has the he has the teeth. He has the what do you call it? The
Vampire, yeah.
fangs, the vampire teeth or something.
Yeah, so I've met him. I've talked to him many times online. Obviously, like we are right now. We've streamed together many times and played games and all that stuff. And I've met him twice in person at Horror Hound. And there are times where we would get into many fucking arguments. One of them is the whole deep dish debate. And oh my fucking god, it's like, okay, like you not liking it is one thing, but fucking Draven, he's like, oh, it's just a fucking pie and all that type of shit. I'm like, oh my god.
And
And
I'm like, I respect. And I've
it's
said
too
this
much
to.
sauce. I'm like,
It's like a casserole. Yeah, I've heard that shit too.
yeah, he said that's one of the things he said. Yeah, it's fucking casserole. It's like, oh my god, like
It's a pie. It fills. I'm like, well, you can. I made the joke of, oh, a pizza is supposed to be only topping based and all that. I'm like, well, you're filling up space. You're still. It's not necessarily. There's not necessarily a constraint around the pizza with the topping, but there's like an imaginary one. So
yeah.
you're still filling. It's still filling up space.
Yeah. No,
So
because was it the last time? Was it like the last Horror Hound or whatever last year over the summer?
where they have those?
We went to Giordano's, I think.
Where do they have those? Are those also at Rosemont?
Was it no,
The
we were at Indianapolis at this point.
they had Giordano's over there in Indianapolis. Really?
Yeah, where the convention was nearby, and we just went for dinner, and like almost everyone, like Etep Wakuian, he was there.
Oh yeah, yeah. How's he doing? I haven't listened to him in a
I
while.
haven't talked to him in a while either, but I've met him in person then, and super nice guy as well. And I met the world class bullshitter guys there too.
Okay.
We all had pizza together, and everyone except for Draven ordered deep dish pizza.
Wow.
He was the only one that went the standard route, and it's like, and yeah, like we just had a huge fucking argument over deep dish pizza, because we've had one before, like
Mm-hmm.
a year and a half ago or whatever, how long it was, maybe longer than that. But but yeah, like we had another one like in person, and he's like, "Oh, it's too much sauce." It's like, what the fuck is wrong with too much sauce?
There's not
Like,
too well. There's not too much sauce for
and there
it's
isn't too much
Giordano's
sauce.
for starters.
Exactly, and it's not too much sauce because when I had the pizza, it's like, motherfucker, there's more cheese than sauce.
Yeah,
I'm like, what do you have to say about that? And he's like, I don't know.
I am partial to the Malnati Chicago Classic. Have you had that from Lou Malnati's?
Well, Nadi's is just incredible
Okay,
overall.
for a second, I was afraid you were going to say Lou Malnati's is overrated. Then there would have been an argument
No,
between us.
no, that's impossible. That's impossible.
Like I've watched how they make. I've watched videos on how they make the pizza Lou Malnati's, and it's just brilliant. It's the butter. You have the butter crust. You have the cheese on the bottom. You have
Yeah,
the
dude, butter.
sausage all over the place. They don't skimp on the sausage whatsoever. And then you got the tomato. You don't. It's not a sauce. It's not tomato paste. It's tomatoes. It's just tomatoes, and
Yes.
then they pour they spread it all over the top, and it's just so good.
No,
It
dude.
never agrees with me, but I don't care.
No,
It's
dude,
just
the butter crust and
yes.
especially the sauce, dude. Like Lou Malnati's is like chef's kiss. Like it's just so
Mwah.
fucking good. And
That
there's a Lou Malnati's at my suburb, so
oh yeah, I mean
I used to go
they're
there
all
decent.
over. They've grown all over the city. Now there's one in my area. It's takeout only, but they start. I mean, I've been to the for years. I've been going. I go to the one with my buddy, the original one, which is in Lincolnwood.
Hmm.
That's the one I've always gone to. Um, now because I'm trying to eat better and stuff, you know, one little slice of well, not one slice, a normal slice of Lou Malnati's pizza is like I think 1,000 to 1,200 calories each. So, yeah, that does a lot. That does a lot to you. So, but it's like a treat. It's like a treat I get once in a while. So, but yeah, man, Chicago deep dish definitely where it's at. So if you're watching, you know, if you're ever in Chicago, I'll take you there. I'll take you there. We'll eat and enjoy the
Hell,
stuff.
hell yeah. I mean, listen, when I come back to campus, like just let me know. And I'll try to find some time even because like I'll definitely be busy here and there, but yeah.
So I did want to ask you something. So
We can make time.
yeah. So I was going to ask, how'd you start your channel? I don't think I don't think I know your history. I know you had a different name before. You know, now you're Runner Blaze, but I forget what you were called before.
I don't know.
Right?
I've
Runner
been
something. You were Runner something or something
it was like
Runner.
Runner Studios, then it was Runner, and then it was a bunch of other names. I tried like playing around with it, but yeah, I started the channel because I just wanted something to do while we were doing when the lockdown started. And my life was pretty fucking miserable to that point. So I wanted to have like some fun and you know, I had met a few people and I met Justin Proper and he encouraged me to start a channel and so I did and I went with it and you know, it was a lot of fun. I've had a lot of great memories doing it, but to a point like once I graduated high school, I got that whole thing finished. Later on, I was like, I still kind of wanted to stick with it, but then I'm like, didn't really work out so much, so I just kind of shut that whole thing down. But I still talk to, you know, some people here and there like you and Greg Fancine and many others. Like I still try to talk to them here and there, and I'll try to say hi in the chat and all that type of stuff whenever I can. So like the YouTube thing is just not gonna work out just because I got other like shit I want to
Priorities.
pursue like
Yeah.
in real life and yeah, it just wouldn't be good for me if I stuck to YouTube like too much.
I did notice that you did clean out your channel because
Yeah.
I was looking for some footage. I was looking for some footage for the intro. And I ended up using one of my streams. I used the Gremlin stream that me and Greg
Yeah.
did. So
I watched that and I'm like, geez, I looked like that? That's weird. Because like I was like, man, my hair looks kind of sick. Like it looked pretty good with the fucking facial hair too.
Yeah, you had to you looked you looked the I don't know how I don't even know how to describe it. You look devious. You look like you were plotting something in there, you know. So I wanted to get a clip of you smiling. So I got a clip of you smiling. So there you go. So I don't know if it was what Greg was making fun of you or Greg was messing with you. One of the highlights
Oh, we do that all
of
the time.
watching Runner and Greg fanzine together, just it's just that you know, older brother type of, you know, teasing, and you get teased all the time. You're just like, you're like, dude, shut the fuck up.
Oh, it's like that all the time.
Bro, don't be worried. I have younger people. I know people your age that tease me. My younger brother teases me. Everybody teases me. So
Yeah.
I'm like the most targeted person to be teased.
I
But
feel
then again,
like
I tease too.
I don't know if this is like a curse that I have or whatever, but I feel like with any friend that I make or any of that sort, shit always happens. Like just some dumb like
You ain't alone,
bullshit.
bro. Yep, you ain't alone, bro.
Dumb bullshit just happens.
Yep.
Whether it's like just fucking arguments, there's like fucking I don't know, like just really dumb shit. It's like that with my new college friends now. Like it's fucking like insane.
Oh boy. I'm taller than you, Chillporeal, so you can't tease me. Oh, shut up. Shut up, CLS. Shut up. I met Runner. I'm clearly taller than Runner. I mean, I'm like 3 inches taller, right, Runner? Don't answer that. Don't answer that. But nah, we're pretty close in height though. The what was I gonna say? So like, was there anything that what kind of got you into this? I mean, you said you met Justin Proper and all that. What kind of propelled you into this part of the YouTube sphere? Was it like, I know for a lot of people it was Last Jedi,
Mm.
Ghostbusters 2016. Was it any of those, or was it something else?
Um, I want to say The Last Jedi, but I wasn't like aware of a lot of the channels at that time. But like, I don't know, like there's a bunch of things. I think it was like as bad as The Last Jedi was. I think it was mostly Rise of Skywalker that really did it.
Yeah, Rise of Skywalker was like a lot of the people, one of my
One of the worst experiences I've had in a theater, honestly.
the editing was terrible in that movie. It was just like edit, cut. And I was like, instead of having, you know, you have, even the Last Jedi didn't do this. Um,
No,
the cuts were just were tiresome. Like, I got tired watching the movie. Like, I dozed off a little bit
no,
because
the whole story just overall, like I didn't notice the edit. I would probably notice it more now that I'm like a student of film right now. But I was just the story overall. It just made no fucking sense. And that third act, I was losing my absolute shit in the theater. And I'm like, what the fuck is this?
you're talking about like the final fight. You know, you had the space
The
horses on
final
the.
fight, the space horses, the fucking lightsaber teleportation.
Oh, I forgot about that. That's right. I
Oh,
forgot about that.
so
Like, I think
bad.
what was it? Who was it? Was it Kylo Ren that did that, or was it Ray
Yeah, like
that?
one of them like puts the lightsaber in the back, and then one of them takes it out of their back. It's like, what
Oh,
is this?
I forgot how did.
I think one of the scenes that was like insane to me was when they were both like doing that tug of war like force thing with the ship. Remember that?
Oh yeah, that's right. Yeah, the tug of war's been a thing. They started that in the Last Jedi with the lightsaber, with Anakin's lightsaber, and that
Yeah,
blew
they
that up.
started
And
with
then
that.
yeah,
See,
and then they did the same thing with the ship,
with the ship, and I was like,
and then all of a sudden, Ray just shoots lightning out of her hand and destroys that ship that apparently Chewbacca was captured and put on. But then He clearly wasn't. He was taken to another ship. He was taken to another ship, so he
Dude,
was alive.
I I knew the movie was in an even worse position when that happened. That was fucking insane seeing that happen. Like I'm watching this movie or whatever you want to call it. I don't even know if it is, but it's like I didn't have any words. I was just like, what the fuck is this? Like it was insane. I'm just like, that's not how the force works, you know?
That's not how the force works.
Like and then you get to the ending with the whole Ray Skywalker bit, and it's like, fuck
Oh,
this.
the healing. What did you think of the healing? She heals the worm to set up the healing of Kylo Ren being her and Kylo Ren being run through by the lightsaber. So this was the beginning. This was the beginning of another. This was the beginning of the lightsaber losing its effectiveness and its impact in Star. And well, I don't call Disney Star Wars, but I'll just say it for the sake to be devil's advocate. Star Wars. Because I mean, I'm sure you've seen Ahsoka and you saw what happened with
No.
Ahsoka. Okay, Ahsoka, the girl Sabine. So they made a live action version of Sabine from Star Wars Rebels. Star Wars Rebels is the animated show that came out after the Clone Wars.
Mm-hmm.
So Ahsoka is kind of a continuation of that show,
Yeah.
and Sabine gets run through by another Sith girl boss type apprentice that has an orange lightsaber, and she literally runs her through, like almost like Qui-Gon and Darth Maul. Only difference was she didn't die; she just got patched up and lived. You know, because lightsabers just don't kill anymore in in Disney Star Wars.
Yeah, no, like their whole logic or their whole way of depicting lightsabers and the Force and all that is like it's what makes it that among many other things has like ruined the Star Wars brand
Yeah,
completely.
yeah. I mean, there's literally. I mean, I keep using the word impact, but there's no impact for there's no impact anymore. When you see a lightsaber, I used to get excited, like, oh, we're gonna see a sick fight. We're gonna see something awesome.
Yeah, no, literally. And like the way the writing is done in these new movies and shows, which most of them I haven't even seen just because I have no interest, it's like it makes the IP a lot less special
Yeah,
for for something that used to be like the biggest IP in like nerd culture, and for it to be just butchered that way is like that's insane. I mean, and it's so funny. Like I've had this conversation with my roommate, and he's a huge Star Wars fan, still is, and that's great. And like he mentions like yeah, like the sequel trilogy's terrible and all that stuff. So like there's a decent amount of people around my age range that like also think that the new movies suck and all that, and some of the TV shows too. And I have another friend that's also a huge Star Wars fan too, and he's like, yeah, like it's fucking bullshit, but they're still like huge into it and all that type of stuff, which is great. I've kind of given up on it completely. Like I can't even watch the originals anymore just because.
really, that bad,
Yeah,
huh?
no, I tried watching. I remember like I forgot when it was when Rise of Skywalker came out, and that really like that movie took an impact, and then like Christmas night or whatever, like at midnight, it was like the
Yeah,
day of Christmas, and like I watched Empire, and I turned it off at one point. I'm just like, fuck, like it's
because those movies kind of soured your liking
yeah.
of the original trilogy.
I'm like
That's insane. That's insane, bro.
it's insane, but I'm like I can't watch these movies now. Like I need a break, and I haven't seen really any Star Wars since, really. Well, I mean, I mean, I did give Mando season 2 a shot, but that's the last thing I watched. I didn't watch any other thing that came after.
Did you like Mando season 2?
Uh, not really. I thought it had some issues, like not obviously not the worst thing ever, but not as bad as the sequel trilogy, but it has some issues in it where I'm like, yeah, no, like it could have been a lot better than what it was, but
Like boring lightsaber fights for starters,
yeah, for
especially
sure.
Ahsoka
And
versus what the heck's her name, the woman, the witch woman's.
yeah, that was weird. That was
I can't think of her name because that
I don't
she's
I
just that
don't
important.
I don't remember a lot of it, but there were some like logical things where I'm like, this is still dumb.
Yeah, so I'm with Fanzine. I can still watch the originals. I haven't been as eager to watch the originals as of late, but
That's the problem. Like I might like return to watch the OGs at some point. Like I have the despecialized editions on Blu-ray, but it's like a bootleg. I actually got it at Fan Expo, but
I was going to ask you. I was going to ask you that, like, if you what version of this of Star Wars do you own on physical media?
I own the despecialized editions and specialized editions on Blu-ray.
I still have the 2011 Star Wars Saga Blu-ray, which is basically 1 through 6 came out in 2011. That was 100. I think at the time when it came out, it was $90. It was $90 before taxes. So
Mm,
I love that set because it included stuff that we've never seen before, especially from the original Star Wars. So you see Luke looking up with the binoculars and he sees the space battle, that the Tantive 4 being chased by the Star Destroyer and all that. That's one thing. And then we see Tashi Station, and we see Biggs, and we see all of Luke's friends there hanging out and all that. So there was stuff. There was some pretty good stuff. There was some pretty good stuff to check out in that Blu-ray. So, and now it's all over the internet. You could see it anywhere. You don't need the
yeah.
you don't need the Blu-ray anymore. So, um, I can still separate the Lucas era from the Disney era pretty easily. So I can still read.
I
I still am interested in reading. I still haven't finished the Thrawn trilogy, but I still want to. I still like Heir to the Empire is the first book in the Thrawn trilogy. Heir to the Empire is a brilliant book. Like it's if there's something that might get you back in Star Wars, read that, and it might work.
nah, the I do want to get I hope it's something I hope to get back into, but at the same time, I'd say at the same time, like as bad as like those movies were, it did sort of give me an open book as to like other shit that's out there that I can watch, like better shit, and
Yeah,
like that's been great. And like another thing is like I was about to say like the conversation that my roommate and I had, like we live in a world where apparently they can make a sequel off of the Karate Kid and even Top Gun better than the Star Wars sequel trilogy.
yes.
Like that's that shouldn't that doesn't make sense.
No, it doesn't. Not at all. But it's funny. Like it's just the quality of the creators. It's
Yeah.
the quality of it's the ones that actually care about what they're doing, the ones
Yeah,
that
like
care about what they're working on and wanting to do right by the fans. So apparently, Disney does not want to do right by Star Wars fans. New Trek does not want to do right by a lot of their fans. Like they're very interested in picking and choosing who they want as their fans. And
correct.
maybe it's all politics. Maybe it's like, oh, if you believe in a certain political side, or you're leaning towards this particular political ideology, you're my enemy. Bullshit. I mean, that's in my opinion, that's childish, because that's not how entertainment was. And
No.
people even back in the 90s, when early Trek was being, produced and airing on television, uh, there were still like there were still considerations for, like, not just one side of a political aisle, but both sides. You wanted to make stuff family friendly enough. You could still tell some progressive stories and do that, but you have to consider the other side. That's what made early Trek really special and mainstream, was because it showed both sides of an issue and everything. It wasn't just, and they didn't demonize. Like, you had villains, you had enemies in Star Trek, aliens that were pretty bad. Cardassians, for instance. Even they weren't nearly as demonized. That was one of the things that Star Trek really brought to me, and that's one thing. That's one of the reasons why I really like the franchise, because of how altruistic and how good the characters are, and how they just want to do right by the people around them, and humanity as a whole, and forming understandings with people that feel and are different from you. That was the other big thing. Now it's all divisive. And they want to push some of their more right-leaning fans to the side and call them enemies. Even actors are saying this. That's thanks to social media.
Oh no, completely.
Speaking of Star Trek, I wanted to ask you something. Did you ever go around to watching the movies? I think you said did you start collecting the 4Ks for those, or no?
Okay, what's funny about that is, and Greg thought I still had the the 4K box set, the black background, not the white one, the one they released a year after,
Yeah,
because Paramount loves double dipping. And
yep, they do.
I bought that set, but I returned it to Best Buy because like they didn't come with the digital codes or any of that stuff. So I'm like, okay, like I'll still take this, but I'd rather like get a discount price on it if I'm not going to get this other thing that it's supposed to have. You know what I mean? Like, not that I care about the digital codes that much, but it's like if I'm paying that much of a price for that set and I don't get this other thing that it's giving me, it's like I'd either pay a lower price or just return it. And I just return it because I'm like, I want my money back and all that, and I got it. And I'll probably get to it at some point, and I do want to watch, like, the OG show as well. I want to give that more of a chance because,
I think if you want to watch the OG show, I'm your guy. I'm your man right there. So,
hey, I'm down because, like, I mean,
but the
for
thing is,
someone,
you don't have to see the old show in order to watch the movies. And you know what? If I were you, I'd start with the Wrath of Khan.
really,
See if it's a movie that interests you. Yeah.
what I actually, it's funny. I gave the DVD of The Wrath of Khan to my dad for Christmas one year, so maybe I'll give it a chance. But I'd probably, what is it? So you wouldn't recommend the motion picture?
You could if you want to, but the motion picture is a lot like 2001. So it's very slow, and
Oh, you've told me.
there's
You've
very
told
long shots. So
you've told me
when I
this
was a
story.
kid, it put me to sleep the first couple times. So I feel it's not a very good entry movie. I know, and even people, even the studio people back in the 70s, back in the 80s, were like they're like Harv Bennett, Purdue, who became the producer. They kind of kicked Roddenberry, the creator of Star Trek, out, and they hired a new producer, and they're like, Harv, bro, don't make this movie like the motion picture. Make it more mainstream, make it more mainstream friendly and all that. So, have a villain, have a conflict, everything. And then that's kind of where that's where Wrath of Khan comes in. So, I mean, Wrath of Khan is a sequel to an original series episode. So, I mean, if you want to watch that episode that leads into it, sure.
I actually have seen that episode. My dad made me watch it once.
Okay.
And the reason
That's a
why is
great episode.
because I bought him the DVD, or like I gave it to him as a present, a Christmas present, and he was like, "All right, let's watch that episode." And then immediately, like, he watched Wrath of Khan, but I think I was like doing something else. But
Sorry, man. Sorry, man. He's asking if I watched the new Discovery season.
no,
I try to watch it.
no, I was just trying to have a good laugh at that, and that's the last season, right?
Yeah, and a lot of people are a lot of people are saying, "Oh, it's canceled! Yay, victory, victory against New Trek." And I'm just like, well, they had a contract for like 5 seasons, anyways. So I don't know if they were going to end it, but I think they would have continued it had it been had it been actually successful.
Yeah.
But and the thing is, the new Trek is so damn expensive to make. Like these are, and it's ugly, but
Oh, I've heard
it's so expensive to
the
make.
budgets are ridiculous.
They're like 10 to 12 million per episode, and there's like, I think for Discovery, I don't know how many episodes this final season is going to be, but a Star Trek Discovery season is usually 10 to 13 episodes. So you do the math. And early Trek had 26 episodes in the season. TN Next Generation had like 26 episodes in the season, and they had like maybe a quarter of the budget. They had a quarter of the budget, so they had to depend on good writing in order to carry the season. They had to depend on good writing and good character stories, because Star Trek: The Next Generation episodes were very different characters would be the focus for the A plot, and then other characters would be the focus for the B plot. I forget they call that. I forget what they call that type of writing or that type of storytelling, but that's how the Next Generation was, and that's how Star Trek was after that. Original Star Trek always focused on Kirk and Spock mainly, and
Yeah.
all the other characters were like kind of supporting. Whereas each of the casts in the Next Generation and all the other 90s shows, they all had they all had their moments to shine. That's what made people love Next Generation and Deep Space Nine and even Voyager. So, but that's how it was. So, that's how it was written back
Yeah.
then. So,
And speaking of like just higher budget shit all around, like not just that, but like just films as well, it's kind of ridiculous. Like how much some of these things cost now as compared to what it was before, and it's like it's definitely like, quantity over quality, with
streaming.
some
I think
well,
streaming is a big
streaming too,
reason behind that mentality.
but like you heard recently that that F1 movie that's in development right now, that's in production, that Brad Pitt movie.
Which
You,
one?
you, it's a Formula One movie coming out.
Mm-hmm.
It's being made right now. The Top Gun Maverick director, Joseph Kosinski's directing. So I'm pretty excited for the movie because that sounds cool. But do you know how much that fucking budget cost? Like the production budget? It was
No,
just
what
it
was
was
it?
just it was just like I saw it on Twitter. Fucking 300 million for a
300.
race car movie.
Where did all that money go? Brad
I don't
Pitt? Did Brad Pitt take like a good chunk of that money?
I don't know. And like apparently it is a Jerry Bruckheimer production. I'm not sure if you're familiar with him, but
Yeah, I'm very familiar with Jerry Bruckheimer. He's done Top Gun. He's done Beverly Hills Cop. He's done Pirates of
Bad
the
Bad
Caribbean.
Boys,
He's done a lot. He's produced a lot of action films with his
Michael Bay's earlier films.
him and Don Simpson, Mr. Coke sniffing, rest in peace, Don Simpson.
Yeah,
Produced a lot of great movies. Cocaine fueled that endeavor.
yeah, but yeah, like that's an upcoming. Well, that's like one production that he's got going on, the F1 thing with Brad Pitt, and he's teaming up with the Top Gun Maverick director, and I think one of the writers of Maverick is writing the script too. He wrote the
Okay.
script too, but I'm like, when I heard that announcement, I was like, oh, that sounds fucking awesome.
Now that this is a film, right? Like this
Yes,
is gonna be in the theater. This is not something that's gonna be dropped on a streaming
it's
service.
it's I think it's a movie by Apple.
Okay.
It's Apple. I don't know. I'm not sure if it got distribution from a studio yet, because you know how like last year they released like two movies last year
Yeah.
in theaters. They was it Apple released Killers of the Flower Moon and Napoleon.
Yeah. Yeah.
So the way it works is like it's made by Apple, and what's kind of weird about Apple is like, yes, they have a ton of fucking money, but the movies that they've released so far have these huge fucking budgets, and it's like, why is it that much? Like Killers of the Flower Moon, that fucking budget is the reason why it didn't do that well in the box office, for instance.
Probably because Leo demanded like 100 million for his
That
salary. I don't
yeah,
know.
that probably had something to do with it, but like, but overall, just like the type of movie it is, it's like it shouldn't cost that much, even with Leo. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
But
or maybe Scorsese. I don't know how much. I don't know how much. I mean, Scorsese's a dinosaur in the industry. So
yeah, that's the thing. It's like he's not gonna retire at all. He's like that's what he claims. Like he's still making movies.
yeah,
And same with Napoleon, which was directed by Ridley
Ridley
Scott,
Scott.
and Joaquin Phoenix was the star. And then like earlier this year, Apple released Argyle, which was a fucking disaster for them.
I heard. I didn't see the movie, but I
I didn't
heard. I
see the
heard it
movie.
was terrible.
I wanted to see it because it looked kind of good from the trailers, but I heard it was bad. And I like Matthew Vaughn as a director. I think he's made really good movies. And because like for a while it was like Apple made it, and then like Universal bought the distribution rights for it to
Hmm.
to like release in theaters. So that's kind of how it sort of works with like Apple trying to like get in the theatrical, game and stuff. So that F1 thing is an Apple project, I believe, and Jerry Bruckheimer production.
Who did you say is going to be the star in the Formula One?
Brad Pitt.
Brad Pitt. Okay.
Yeah, Brad Pitt. And
Is it like a period piece, kind of like Ford versus Ferrari was, or is it going to be like a modern?
I'm not an F1 guy, so I don't really know if it's like a biopic or a real, or if it's like a made up story. I don't know.
Hmm.
Um,
Okay.
I'm not a big racing guy, but it's like with that high of a budget for a race car movie, it's like
Yeah.
it's kind of questionable. It's like, well, and people are automatically saying like, oh, this movie's gonna bomb for this fucking reason alone. That's that high of a budget. It's like the movie could be really fucking good, honestly. Everything is there for it to be a good movie, but it's like with that high of a budget, that's fucking insane. And maybe that's just more of an Apple thing, trying to just throw cash in there because Apple's like one of the richest fucking companies ever.
That's true. That's very true. They were the first company to become $1 trillion company. So
So maybe that's why they're throwing that many millions of dollars like in their movie budgets. Um, so and yeah, it's like, and including like just what Disney's been doing with some of their recent movies, like fucking like Indiana Jones costing 300 something $1 million is ridiculous.
did that movie flop or did that movie succeed? I forget.
The last Indiana Jones
Yeah,
was a massive flop.
Dial of Destiny. Okay.
I didn't even watch it, but that was a fucking disaster.
Yeah, I didn't even pay attention. I watched it. Me and Prophet covered it. And we were both not very we weren't pleased with like there was a time travel aspect to it, and then there was
I
Phoebe.
heard.
Then there was the Phoebe Walder Bridge aspect to it, where I was just like I don't like this character. I don't like I like it's just like nowadays nowadays they write a lot of terrible female characters. I mean, same with the. I don't know if you've seen any of the Planet of the Apes films, but they came out with a new one last week,
I saw it
Kingdom of the
Tuesday.
Planet of the Apes. Oh, you saw it?
I saw it.
What'd you think? What'd you think of Kingdom?
I didn't mind it. I I already explained this on the physical media show last night, but there were some annoying ass kids sitting in front of me that were talking on their phones, using their phone flashlights, and just doing all kinds of bullshit. And then they finally decided to leave during the third act of the movie.
Yeah,
So I got a little more enjoyment then, but just relaxing and all that. But I need to rewatch it because I mean, compared to like the Caesar trilogy, it's not that great.
no, it's not.
But I didn't hate it. But I'm not like a Planet of the Apes expert like you are, or rookie critic, or any of that sort of stuff, because like it's so weird. Like I feel like Tom Connors from Midnight's Edge, we're sort of on the same like boat with the new movie, where like we'd give it like a 7 out of 10 at best. And like Rookie, he told us in like the physical media group chat, he's like, I give it like a 4 or 5 out of 10 or something like that. But Rookie's like a fucking huge fan of the Ape movies. Like that's like one of his favorite franchises.
Yeah, I watched. I mean, I watched it, and it was pretty. It was a lot of it was boring. A lot of it was boring. There
So,
were some. There,
some of it was kind of boring. I'll agree.
it wasn't a very good. It's kind of like if like Aliens 3 to Alien. That's kind of how I felt about Kingdom of the Planet of the Apes to, like, the Caesar trilogy and all that. I mean,
I haven't even seen Alien 3 actually.
it's a lot of people will tell you it's not a bad movie. It's not, and if you consider it in isolation, but as a sequel to Aliens, it's awful. It's a terrible follow up.
Have you seen the director's cut of Alien 3?
I don't know if I have, to be honest. I'm not sure.
Because there is a director's cut, but
Yeah,
you know who directed it, right?
David Fincher.
That was his first movie.
Yeah, and
And
I heard there was a lot of studio interference in that
it
one.
was a lot of studio interference, and Fincher was someone who directed a lot of music videos
Yeah,
at that time, and he was a studio hire for Alien 3. And Fincher basically said, like, in an interview, he's like, oh, I don't like the script, but I love Alien. So he just wanted to take the job just to like get the experience and all that. And
yeah.
he like, and you can see like the behind the scenes footage of just his depression and all that. And there's even a recording or whatever of him grabbing one of the microphones saying, just calling out Fox Studios
Mm-hmm.
and
Wow.
just bad mouthing them, like
Or,
cussing them out and shit, which is, and then and he even said like, I'd rather get he even made a statement once saying like, I'd rather get colon cancer than direct another feature
shit.
film.
Oh yeah.
So then 5 years later,
Wait, are
he
you sure that wasn't?
directs.
Are you sure that wasn't David Lynch with Dune? Because I swear he said
No,
something like that.
no,
David
okay,
Lynch,
David
because
Lynch.
he's like fuck this movie. He's like, what do you think of Dune? Fuck that movie.
Oh no, he doesn't like Dune. He doesn't like his version of Dune, but he was just like, he just said that was like a horrible experience for him.
Yeah.
Like it was like I shouldn't have done it. It was a terrible experience and all that. But
Did you know that Did you know that George Lucas approached him to do Return of the Jedi?
Fincher?
Yeah. No. David Lynch.
Oh yes, I did know that. But David Fincher helped out in Return of the Jedi. I
Did he?
don't. Yeah,
No, I didn't.
he worked in I forget in which department he worked at, but he was like, I don't know if it was like, it wasn't special effects. No, I think it was a camera assistant or something. He
Okay.
helped he helped out as a camera assistant during the production of Return of the Jedi. So he got his start from Lucasfilm, and then he sort of made his way toward the industry later on as he got older. And after that whole fiasco with Alien 3, I think it was like 5 years later is when he directs 7, because he was sent the script over for 7, and he was like, oh my God, like I got to make this movie.
7 is a fantastic movie. It is so effed up, but it is fantastic. And
It's good. I need to rewatch it. This is an unpopular opinion, but it's not my favorite David Fincher movie. I think he's made better movies since, in my opinion.
trying to look up what else. I mean, I'm trying to remember what else
Okay,
David. What else is David Fincher again? Let me
he's
look.
done Fight Club.
Oh, he did Fight Club. I like.
Yeah,
Okay, Fight Club might be better than.
I think Fight Club was better.
Oh, he did The Game. Have you ever seen The Game with Michael Douglas?
I need to watch that.
That's an interesting thriller. I'll say. Like I was like, oh, that stuff's. I'm like, what's going to happen here?
I got a question.
Oh,
Have you ever went to the Music Box?
The
in
Music
Chicago?
Box. Yeah, I went to the Music Box to see the 50th anniversary of 2001.
Oh no shit.
Yeah, so
They
got to see it. Got to see it in the 70
they
millimeter screen.
they had an event like a few months back called Hitchcock and Friends, and the game David Fincher's The Game was one of the things that they screened, and I think it was 35 millimeter.
Yeah, the David. So yeah, Michael Douglas is in that movie,
Sean Penn.
and Sean Penn. So yeah, it
I
was
watched the beginning of it actually. I need to see
okay.
the rest of it. I've seen the beginning of it, and I think I stopped at the part when Michael Douglas and Sean Penn are at the table.
Yeah,
I stopped there. I didn't watch the rest of it, but
I'll just say this: Michael Douglas has one hell of a birthday present. I'll just say that. Oh, that's all
okay.
I'll say. And that's
Look at the
basically what
box.
that's what the game is. And it's
Um,
okay. So I have not seen Gone Girl.
Gone
I've
Girl's
heard
good.
nothing but good things about Gone Girl.
Gone Girl's
Uh,
good. It's
I've seen Girl with the. I think I've seen. Yeah, I've seen Girl with the Dragon Tattoo. I have seen
I haven't.
Zodiac.
I've seen Zodiac. I haven't seen Girl with the Dragon Tattoo. Have you seen the
I've
social?
seen.
Have you seen the
I,
Social Network?
yeah, I saw. I think I saw it when it first came out. It was one of
That
those movies that was on cable, and I put it on, and I just kept watching it. So was that good. The
that
fact that
that I'm gonna say right now that is my favorite David Fincher movie, and it might be one of my favorite movies
The
just
Social Network.
overall. Like I don't know why I didn't think that movie was gonna be that good, but you described it correctly. I just couldn't stop watching it.
What? Yeah, I'm just curious. I'm trying to understand what about that movie made it so watchable.
It's the
Was it the
script.
dialogue? Was it
It's the
the
dialogue and the script. You know who Aaron Sorkin is, right?
I've heard the name before.
Okay, so
I'm assuming he's a screenwriter that works. Does he work mainly with David Fincher? Or does
no,
he work with a whole bunch of other people?
he works with a whole bunch of people. He's only worked with David Fincher once for Social Network, but
Okay.
he was his first script, which was originally a play, A Few Good Men, the Rob Reiner movie
Oh, the one with
with Tom
Tom
Cruise
Cruise and
and
Jack Nicholson. Jack
The
Nicholson.
court.
I still have not seen that one. I still have not seen, but I've seen. I must have seen how many times? A billion times.
You
Jack Nicholson
can't
saying,
handle
"You
the
can't
truth.
handle the truth." You know.
Yeah, that's a fantastic movie. That was Aaron Sorkin's first like screenplay,
Okay.
and then he did West Wing, the TV series, and then for a while he had done some other work, but he kind of petered out a little bit, and then the Social Network brought him back up, and
Okay.
then he did Moneyball. He wrote the screenplay for Moneyball with
Is that okay? I have not seen
Brad
Moneyball.
Pitt and Jonah Hill.
Jonah. Okay.
Um,
I've heard of it.
that was a really good movie too. Aaron Sorkin wrote the screenplay for that, and I haven't seen the movie yet, but he also wrote the screenplay for Steve Jobs.
The one with
Fassbender.
fast. Okay. Perfect.
And
I see that meme. I see that meme all the time.
yeah, and
Perfection.
Danny Boyle directed that one too.
All right.
If you're familiar with his work,
Danny Boyle. The name sounds familiar.
he directed Train Spotting. 28 Days Later.
Okay, I still need to see 28 Days Later. That's on my list. That's on my list of movies to watch.
That's a good one. Train Spotting's really good too. My friend of mine from college got me into watching that.
Train Spotting, 1996. Let me see. Is this the one with
Ewan McGregor?
Ewan McGregor? Is this the one where he falls in the toilet?
Yes.
Okay, I've seen the clip. I haven't seen the movie itself.
The movie is it. That's like the weirdest. Like that's some of the weird bits in the movie, but it's really good. I have the Criterion 4K of Train Spotting.
I've seen. I'm looking at his other works. I've seen Slumdog Millionaire.
Oh, I still need to watch that.
When I was younger, when I was in high school, Who Wants to Be a Millionaire was like one of the top game shows, trivia game shows on. I used to watch that religiously. So seeing Slumdog Millionaire and seeing him answer all the questions correctly, and and then they're holding him for cheating. It's and then you find out throughout the movie that he knew all the answers because he lived through it. That's how he found out or something like that. So I actually enjoyed that. I actually enjoyed that one. 127 hours is another one that he did.
Oh, I heard about that one.
There's a T2. There's Train Spotting number 2,
Oh,
T2.
I've seen that. That's the sequel
He did. Oh, he did yesterday. So a dude. It's about a dude who lives in a universe
where the
where the
Beatles don't
Beatles
exist.
never existed or something.
Yeah, I've
So
never seen it, but I remember seeing like trailers of it at the time, and I remember being playing in theaters and stuff, but I never watched it.
I got a question for you. So there's 28 days later, and then there's this other movie, 28 weeks later. Are they related? Are they related? Are they like are they sequels to each
I
other
think
or
so. I've never seen that one. I've only seen the first one, but they're making a sequel off of the original movie.
okay?
Sony's doing it, and the original director and writer are coming back. Because Alex Garland wrote the script for the first movie, not the sequel, but Alex Garland's writing the sequel, and apparently Cillian Murphy's not going to be in it, and he was in the first movie, but I think he's like going to be like a producer or something instead.
Oh, I see.
I thought he would have been in the upcoming sequel that they're making just because of his, you know, like his success with Oppenheimer and stuff,
Yeah.
but apparently they got Ray Fiennes, Aaron Taylor Johnson, and I forget her name, but she was in Free Guy. She's gonna be in it.
Hmm.
She's gonna be in the sequel to 28 Days Later. I think they might be calling it like 28 Years Later or something like that.
Of course. Of course.
Um,
Okay.
and apparently they're trying to make that a franchise because like Sony like just got the rights to the original movie apparently, and
Just turn everything into a franchise. That's what they do now.
yeah. And it's good that Sony has the rights to that now because you want to know who owned the rights to 28 Days Later? Disney, because it was originally Fox Searchlight.
Well, that's good. That's a good thing then.
That is a good thing because the original, I can't even get the original movie on Blu-ray anywhere because it's been out of print for a long time.
Really interesting.
Yeah. So hopefully, and there, I've heard like people have heard like yeah, Danny Boyle's working on a remaster for 28 Days Later, so hopefully that'll come out soon because I would definitely buy it.
I don't think I've seen any of his other movies other than Slumdog Millionaire.
Hmm. Now, Train Spotting's a good one. I'd give that one a shot, and sequel's pretty good too, but not as good as the original.
He also did The Beach with
Yeah,
Leonardo DiCaprio
yeah.
back in the day. I remember that came out when I was in high school. So
I still need to watch that.
yeah, it's I think it's basically just it's a thriller. I think it's a romantic thriller or something. I forget exactly.
That's another Alex Garland
Yeah.
project, I
Hmm.
believe.
You ever see Panic Room? This is another
David
one,
Fincher.
another David Fincher. This is another one that I did see.
I have not seen it, but apparently there is a 4K remaster in the works from Sony.
Oh, did they announce it?
They didn't announce it. It's just that David Fincher's working on like remastering some of his movies, and that's one of them, along with Seven and fuck. There was another one. I forget which one, but I think I don't know if it was the game, but there was like no, I think it was just because Seven like it was supposed to come out like a month ago. Oh no, it was supposed to come out this month on 4K, but they delayed it to a year because apparently like they screened it on IMAX at some festival. I think it was Turner Classic Film Festival,
Mm-hmm.
and apparently some people are saying it has some DNR in it. I think unfortunately, like they scrubbed like the film grain out or something, and maybe they're redoing it to the proper like HDR format or whatever. I gotta.
I'm gonna share a screen really quickly. So I got the 4K. I got the 4K stuff up. So apparently, so have you got anything this week?
I got the 4K of Dune Part 2 and The Crow delivered
Oh,
this week.
okay. The original Crow, right? Or, well, of
Yeah.
course, there's only one Crow. What am I talking about?
Yes. And there's only
Uh,
one 4K Crow of the release, and that's the original.
so they still didn't come out with. I guess they didn't come out with Beverly Hills Cop yet. Have you seen any of those?
Oh yeah, I've seen all three.
Okay. The
And I have the first two movies on 4K. I don't have the third one yet.
Oh, the third one didn't come out yet, or
No, the third one did come out. I just didn't buy it yet.
okay.
And I actually don't hate the third one as much as other people.
Yeah, neither do I. I was one. I think it was one of the earliest R-rated films I ever saw in the theater. My dad actually took me to see that movie. There was
The third
there was
one?
yeah, the third one. Other than swearing, there wasn't really anything. There wasn't really anything to, really bad in that movie. So
Yeah, no, it was a
um,
John Landis movie.
yeah. John Landis was in it. You know who else was in it? George Lucas was in it. George
Yeah, he
Lucas
was in
was
it.
in
I
it.
forgot about that.
Hey, what are you doing? Get back in line, because George Lucas wanted to go on the Ferris wheel or something.
Yeah, I remember that.
And the I think the cartoon DuckTales was a little bit before your time, but Uncle
Yeah.
Scrooge's voice actor Alan Young plays Uncle whatever his name is, the one that owns the park. So yeah, so there were some familiar people. There were some familiar people in that movie. So, and the villain always played jerks in every he was in a lot of shows in the 90s, a lot of TV shows. He was a jerk that kept second guessing Data in an episode of Next Generation when Data was assigned to take command of a ship for the first time, and he was the first officer, and he wasn't comfortable with the fact that an android was giving him orders. So yeah,
Got it.
he was a jerk. But you know what's coming out? Untouchables did that come out already? The
Yes.
Untouchables.
I own the steelbook for that one.
Okay, that's a good movie.
That is a good movie.
So it looks like that website's totally out of date, because everything that says that's coming out soon already came out. So
Well,
there you go.
those are just like reprints of like just different editions of those. That's probably what that means. Because was it Paramount? They're trying to do like a. It's fucking weird. It's like they're doing like a DVD case of the 4K disc, the Blu-ray disc, and the DVD plus digital code. It's like, who cares about the DVD anymore?
Yeah,
Unless like just get one that's like already like just get a DVD if
bro,
that's what you want.
bro. You know what else they came out with? They're coming out. They came out with a couple of days ago.
Hmm.
They came out with. You ever see American Sniper?
Yeah, no, I don't. I've never seen the movie, but I know that came out.
That's a good Clint Eastwood. That's a good Clint Eastwood movie. I forget the name of the Marine that movie's about, but yeah, it's a messed up movie, but
I've
I thought it was done really well.
I've been wanting to watch that for a while, actually.
So that came out, and you said the Dune movie came out. You know what else came out that is a must? It's really good, but it's a really slow paced movie.
Hmm.
1968's Once Upon a Time in the West.
Okay, that 4K I hear is not a very good transfer.
Let's take a look. So that's who
And
did this?
that's a Paramount
Paramount
Presents.
Paramount Presents. Okay.
So that's like an exclusive like Paramount, like it's like their own thing. It's like they have their like Paramount Presents has their own thing like numbered, kind of like kind of like a boutique label does, like Shout
Mm-hmm.
Factory
Yeah.
or Shout Select, Criterion, they number their movies.
Yes.
Paramount Presents does that.
Okay.
And that's a Paramount Presents thing, but apparently that scan was fucking butchered with like DNR or something. Like they scrubbed it somehow. and a lot of film fans, especially fans of that movie, are not happy with that
Hmm.
transfer.
I
So that's
see.
unfortunate.
That
And
stinks.
yeah, because okay, like Paramount, like another thing with them is like they're so fucking hit and miss with their transfers. Like it's funny. Like I got the Steelbook for both Major League and Footloose.
Hmm.
This the scan the 4K scan for Major League is fucking great. It's so good. It it looks incredible in 4K, and I love the Steelbook because it's a locker.
Yeah.
It looks like a logo from the movie, but and the steelbook for Footloose is better than the scan itself because the scan comes from the inner positive. Apparently, you're supposed to scan the movie from the original negative in order for it
Yeah.
to work.
Correct.
And there's just certain shots. Especially there's a scene in the bathroom, for instance, where it just looks like a DVD. Like it doesn't look like a an HD like remaster even. Like it's weird. So not the greatest 4K presentation. And and The Crow, which was released by Paramount, that looked really good on 4K.
The Steelbook or the normal one, or it does not matter. They're both the
It's
same.
the same disc.
Okay.
The
Dude,
steelbook is just a collector's item.
they're also releasing the original High Noon from 1952.
That's a Kino Lorber, I
Yeah,
believe.
if I think so. Yeah, yeah.
Kino,
KL Kino Lover. Yeah.
yeah, Kino Lorber's great. I like their stuff.
I don't know if I have anything of theirs.
Oh, I have a fuck ton of shit from them. It's ridiculous. I have most of their 4Ks, and like, goddamn, I wonder if I should like bring some on and just show you what they have because they have some good shit.
Definitely should.
Yeah, I'll be right back. Actually, I'll be right back.
I'll be right back after these commercial messages. So, you know what? So since you guys are here, and since my Plan the Apes video has been going bonkers lately, I'll just show you the intro that I created for it. And if you guys haven't seen it yet, check it out. Check out my Plan the Apes retrospective. You know, just a great way to because the new movie came out. Just here you go. Just here it is right now. And Runner has come back after these
I'm back.
commercial messages. So
I have my pile right here, and then I'm going to show you just a bunch of goodies that
sweet.
this company has. Like for instance, the last thing that I've gotten from them, and I actually got this from a store. It's called I don't know if you've heard of it. It's in close to downtown. Bucket of Blood.
Bucket of Blood.
Bucket of Blood. They sell a bunch of like horror type stuff. Like they sell music, books, ton of movies, like physical media and stuff. You know,
Oh,
one of those media type stores.
it's not too far from me actually. I might have seen this before. I don't think I've ever been there. No,
I've been there once with a
I'll have
friend
to
of
check
mine,
it.
and I found this, which was released not too long ago, but I got it with the slipcover. John Woo's Face Off.
Face Off. Oh my gosh!
Face Off
Wow,
on 4 fucking K.
that now that's a good movie. That is a wild movie right
Yeah.
there.
And I have another John Woo movie that was released by Kino Lorber. This is his first American movie, Hard Target.
Jean-Claude Van Damme. I don't know if I've seen Hard Target.
Hard Target is fucking great. It's so good.
What
It's
have I seen? What have I
probably
seen?
it's probably my favorite Van Damme movie.
Okay, so I grew up on Impact and Time Cop.
Time Cop's good.
Yeah, you ever see Double Impact where he plays his own? He
No,
plays his own twin. He plays twin brothers.
I've been wanting to see that.
Yeah.
I've been wanting to see that. Have you seen Bloodsport?
No.
Okay, that's a good one too. That was a Canon movie.
Okay. Canon. Okay. Canon Entertainment. Yep.
Yeah, and this came out like late last year, I believe, or something like that. It was a really good release from Kino Lorber, The Monster Squad.
Ooh, I have not seen the Monster Squad.
Oh, really?
Yes, really.
Oh, you'd love it. I know you will.
All right, I'll write that down.
And
Monster Squad.
This comes with the documentary, directed by Andre Gower, who stars in the Monster Squad when he was a kid, but he made a documentary on the Monster Squad called Wolfman's Got Nards.
Yep. Okay, that's where that came from. Okay,
That's where that quote comes from. Is the Monster Squad.
Wolfman's got nards.
And are you familiar with Shane Black?
Yeah, he wrote Predator. Didn't he?
He co-wrote this film.
Did he? Okay. I know Shane Black. Didn't he direct one of the Predators? He directed like The Predator.
He directed
or something?
The last one.
Okay.
Not
he didn't. Yeah.
Was it he directed, or not? He didn't direct. He wrote all the Lethal Weapon movies.
Yeah.
Yeah. He co-wrote this with oh my god, Fred Decker. Fred Decker directed it. Directed the Monster Squad.
Okay.
And was it Shane Black? He like wrote a bunch of other movies. He wrote oh my god, he did he wrote and directed The Nice Guys and Kiss Kiss Bang Bang. Have you seen any of those?
I've seen parts of The Nice Guys. That's the one with Russell Crowe and Ryan Gosling.
That movie is so fucking underrated.
Yeah, I agree.
You need to watch the whole thing. It's so good from beginning to end. And Kiss Kiss Bang Bang, that's with Robert Downey Jr. and Val Kilmer. Really good.
Did that come out in the 90s, Kiss Kiss Bang Bang?
No, it was early 2000s, something like that. I think Downey was like starting to like get his career back and all that type of stuff. It was it was right around the time like he did that movie, he did Zodiac, and then much later he did Iron Man, Sherlock Holmes, and this movie, Tropic Thunder.
Yeah, I think didn't we do a Tropic Thunder? You hosted a Tropic Thunder stream. You bullied me into watching Tropic Thunder for the first time ever.
I bully all my friends to watch this fucking movie. I got one of my college friends to watch this with me like one night at my dorm room. And it was fucking hilarious. Like my friend got a huge kick out of my one friend that I showed this to, and I bullied him to watch, like I did to you. Got a huge kick out of the Tobey Maguire cameo in it because he's a huge Tobey Spider-Man fan, like I am.
Yeah.
So the whole bit where it's like, and best kiss winner, Tobey Maguire, is so fucking good. But Kino Lorber released the 4K for this movie, but unfortunately, it's only the theatrical cut, not the director's cut on
Okay.
4K.
I forget. Did we watch? I forget if we watched the director's cut.
I think it was the director's cut you watched because I asked you
Yeah.
what the runtime was,
Yeah.
and you said it was like 2 hours. So I was like, okay, that's the director's cut.
Okay.
Because
So
the theatrical cut's like an hour 40 minutes.
okay, that makes sense. By the way, what's up, Brian? Brian, have you ever been to Bucket of Blood Books and Records on Elston? Let me know, because I've never been there. Maybe you have. I don't know, because it's a music, it's records, and you said it was also physical media.
Yes.
Dude, Runner, have you ever been to Rolling Stones
Rolling Stone.
By Irving and Harlem?
I don't think so. I
You
mean,
got you got to go there. I mean, it's
I've,
that's
I've,
pure
I've,
physical media there.
I've been to some record stores and like other like media type stores around Wicker Park with some friends of mine.
Yeah.
Like those places are fucking insane.
Yes.
Um, I also got this Death Wish,
I got that too. I got Death Wish.
the 4K,
Yep.
and I have the sequel from Vinegar Syndrome, Death Wish 2.
Just Death Wish 2? I thought they came out with like a Death Wish collection because they made like 4 sequels. They made Death Wish 2, Death Wish 3, 4, and 5.
Those aren't out on 4K yet. The first two movies are out on 4K.
Okay.
Um,
Death
I think
Wish
you
2
could.
is wild. Death Wish 2 was nearly rated X.
I actually like two more than one. I don't know if
Really?
that's an unpopular opinion, but I thought
Well,
I thought
what
two was a lot more fun.
2 was more revenge. 1 was basically a statement about mugging. So that's why he never went after Jeff Goldblum and the bald dude that looks like Billy Corgan and all that, and then the
Yeah,
other dude. He never went after them in particular, but he just went after muggers, or he baited himself against muggers. Which the movie was very heavy-handed on that whole thing, So I mean, what would you do, CLS? What would you do if you were mugged? I mean, if you were walking in Central Park at night and you just wanted to go for a walk and you knew it was dangerous, so you packed a pistol and then a guy all of a sudden comes up to you, he's like, "Give me your money, I'm going to stab you." What are you
I
going to do?
think I think from what I know, the third Death Wish is I think being worked on as a 4K transfer, and you can get 4 and 5 on Blu-ray from Kino.
I still have not seen 4 to this day, but I did see 5. 5
You've
was like a
seen?
straight to video. 5 was like a straight to video release.
Yeah, I
Three,
heard
three
that.
was hilarious. 3 was hilarious. Like it was a whole gang against the neighborhood, and he was like the leader of the neighborhood fighting against this massive gang. And the I think the villain in that movie was the son of the old man from RoboCop. The actor that he's the son of the actor that plays the old man in RoboCop. So
Mm.
yeah, yeah. So yeah, like there's like he has these big. He's got like a magnum that's like this wide. He's got like a freaking bazooka.
Yeah, I
It's
heard. I
wild.
think
It's
I think
wild.
I hear the sequels from there on out get kind of wild, but I also got some Clint Eastwood westerns on 4K.
The Dollars trilogy. Yep, Fistful, and I think they all came out. I think Good, the Bad, and the Ugly.
I don't have
Um,
that one. I have that one on Blu-ray though.
you gotta get the Good, the Bad, and the Ugly. Probably the best of the 3. I don't know if you'd agree.
No, I agree. I agree. It is the best of the three, and
Yes.
I don't have the 4K yet because I have the Blu-ray, but I'm hoping to get that on like a really good deal.
Okay.
I also have Misery, Stephen King,
Misery. Yep.
Stephen
So,
King movie.
yeah, sometimes I imagine a scenario where a crazy fantasy fan captures George R. R. Martin, and it's like, why don't you fricking finish Winds of Winter?
Oh my God, that's great. And
So
I have this one. Great fucking movie, great transfer. To Live and Die in L.A.
that's the one. Who's in there? That's William Hurt, right?
William Hurt. No,
No,
William. L. Peterson. That's his name. I think he's the star. Willem Dafoe is the villain in it.
To Live and Die. No, I don't think I've seen this one.
William Friedkin directed it.
Okay. Oh, William Friedkin. Get the F out of here, William Friedkin. What the F are you doing? That guy. Hey, don't worry. Don't you worry, bro. Don't you worry. The bile, the green stuff is going to hit your arm. And poor Father Karras, Jason Miller's face gets hit by the bile in The Exorcist. I don't know if you
Yeah, I
know
was gonna
about
say.
that.
So yeah, director of The Exorcist, The French Connection, and many other great
Did,
movies.
I bought The French Connection because of how they messed with it.
Me
I think it
too.
was a year or two ago.
It was a
They
year. It was like almost a
Disney
year ago. Disney
Disney
fucked it
they
up.
they cut something because
He said the
they
N word.
he said a racial thing. There's a lot of racial things said in that movie, but the movie takes place in the 60s in New York.
Yeah.
What do you expect?
No.
That's
Like,
how they talk. That's how
and
people talked.
and people
I
noticed it because it was added to the Criterion channel, like the streaming service.
Yeah,
And that's when somebody noticed, like, oh, they cut this out. They censored it.
yeah,
And because it's a 20th Century Fox movie, Disney owns it now. And for a while, for a little bit, um, the Blu-ray was out of stock because people were just buying it. And
yeah.
then when it was back in stock, it was only like $10, and I was just like, I'm gonna fucking buy it right now.
Did that come out in 4K?
No,
I didn't think so. I only have the Blu-ray. The
I have
Blu-ray
the
itself was only like $8. I bought it Amazon right away.
Me too. That's what I did.
That is French Connection, Oscar-winning movie,
That was a
1971.
great movie.
That is an awesome movie. One of my favorite chases is in that movie.
It's
They
great,
went,
great chase.
yes,
It's so good.
and then the movie just kind of ends. You're like, okay, he's gonna get the bad guy. He's gonna get the bad guy. The movie's
Yeah,
like, what?
no, that's what I said. I was like, what? Like, that's
it's
how it
it's
ends?
it's because that's how because the original French Connection is based off of a true story. So
Yeah.
Gene Hackman's boss in that movie is actually the true detective that uncovered that French Connection, all that, Eddie
Oh,
Egan.
wow.
So
Have you seen the sequel by any chance?
yes, I've seen a long time ago. I've only seen it once. French Connection 2.
I haven't seen
The
it.
whole time Gene Hackman's going through withdrawal. He's in a room and he's going through withdrawal because the bad guy from the first French Connection injects him with heroin, basically, and so he's going wild. Like, watching people going through withdrawal is heartfelt at first, but then when it happens for like 15 to 20 to 25 minutes, it gets pretty dull. It gets pretty boring. So, yeah. But what can I say?
Dressed to Kill. Brian De
I,
Palma.
I have to. I mean, I've seen the infamous scene in the elevator, but I've not seen the movie itself. I know how it ends. I know what the twist is.
Yeah.
I haven't seen the movie itself.
That twist is pretty wild. It was not spoiled to me when I saw it, surprisingly. It was
Yeah.
it's kind of like Fight Club. Like the twist wasn't spoiled to me.
Yeah.
I just watched it and I was like, oh shit, this is what everyone was hyping up about
Mm-hmm.
when it came to the twist and stuff. So I've been pretty lucky not to get spoiled at times.
Have you seen a lot of De Palma? I mean,
Yes.
De Palma.
I've seen some. I've seen a decent amount of his stuff. I need to see more.
Did Carrie come out in 4K?
Yes.
Okay.
Scream Factory.
Scream Factory. I'm gonna have to get that. That's a masterpiece. That is a De Palma masterpiece right there.
That's a good one. Scarface.
Scarface. Yep, that's another one. Yep. You ever see
Blowout? Yes. I own the 4K from Criterion.
I was at the final part of the movie. I was at the edge of my seat. I was like, is he gonna make it? Is he gonna make it? Is he gonna make it? Oh my gosh. How is this an 80s movie? This has a 70s type of ending. If you know what I mean. I don't know. I one thing I've said on several streams talking to people, especially when it comes to talking about 70s cinema. 70s cinema, I don't know if you've noticed, is extremely bleak. Like, movies generally don't 70s movies generally don't end well for their
No.
protagonists. Generally don't. Like a great example of this. There's I think this I bought it on 4K. It's Criterion Collection. A movie called The Parallax View, starring Warren Beatty. It's him. It's him against a. Oh, you got to see Parallax View, dude. That movie
No,
is.
I haven't seen it.
So this is Warren Beatty in the early 70s, several years, a decade and a half before he played Dick Tracy. I think he plays a journalist, and he comes across a conspiracy. He comes across a conspiracy that is very big, bigger than him, bigger than anybody. And let's just say people around him start getting offed one by one by one. Because let's just say the U.S. government. It's a movie about assassinations. It's a movie like the movie literally begins with an assassination, and then they show like a commission, like kind of like the Warren Commission with the Kennedy assassination, where they show a commission that basically comes up with its findings, saying nope, there's no nothing foul about this. It's just a single person that did this. So one thing I liked about 70s movies, when you left the theater, it got you talking. Horror movies were
No,
like
for sure.
that. Horror movies generally, like Halloween, for instance. That movie, would you consider it a happy ending? No, but it didn't, like the main character didn't die, at least. But at the same time, the killer went missing at the end. He's gone. He
Yeah,
didn't,
he's gone.
he's
Even after
gone.
being shot.
Even after being shot, he gets stabbed in the neck, gets stabbed with the butcher knife, gets shot. He gets back up and he just walks away. And you're just like, where is he? And then you hear the breathing throughout you see all the familiar, places where the attacks were happening. You hear the breathing, and then it just ends. Then it just goes to credits, and you're just like, where is he? He could be right outside the movie theater. Like, I can only imagine being alive in 1978. That was years before I was born. Imagine being alive to see that and just, be kind of creeped out. You see someone stand next to your car, you're like, who is that? Stuff like that.
Yeah.
That's the magic of those type of movies. Just it gets you talking, it gets you thinking.
No, for sure. I mean, and for Halloween specifically, I feel like most of John Carpenter's movies are kind of like that, especially like something like The Thing.
Yeah.
With that ending, it's like, whoa,
Mm-hmm.
And there's this one. Kino Lorber released this on 4K.
12. I have the Blu-ray. I have the I'll show you. I have. Yeah. I'll bring it right here.
I know which one you're talking about.
This is the version I got right
here. Yeah, I know which version you're talking about, because Kino Lorber, they've released a ton of 4K, like they've released a ton of like movies on 4K that were originally released by Criterion on Blu-ray. Like, for instance, this one was also another Criterion release.
Was that the Night
of the Hunter?
I have not heard of that one. It looks like, is that Gregory Peck on there, or is that
no? It's Robert Mitchum.
What's it called again? The Night of
the Hunter.
The Night of the Hunter.
It's a good movie. It's a really, really good one.
Is it like a thriller or something? Period piece? What is?
Yeah, it's like a thriller kind of. I don't know how else to explain it. Yeah, it's like a thriller, like murder type thing.
Like a murder mystery type thing, or
something like that. I need to rewatch it again, but yeah, it's like a thriller, pretty much. Like, I thought it was a horror movie because the poster made it look like it was a horror movie, but it's not. And I have some of Stanley Kubrick's movies that Kino Lorber has released, like Paths of Glory.
Okay, that's one I still have not seen. I still have not seen Paths of Glory. I have not seen Spartacus in its entirety.
The Killing.
Is that also Stanley Kubrick?
It was one of his earlier films.
Okay, no, I haven't seen that one either.
And this was another one of his earlier films, Killer's Kiss.
Killer's Kiss. Huh.
He wrote and directed that one. Well, he's written like I'm pretty sure he wrote the script for all of his movies, but um I think that was like his original movie,
Yeah.
Killer's Kiss, that he
Hmm.
wrote. It was like one that wasn't adapted by a novel. Um
Okay.
but yeah, Spartacus is really good. I have the 4K of that from Universal.
Because I know he wrote. I mean, I don't know when that started. Maybe it started with Doctor Strangelove. He wrote and directed, and he wrote, produced, and directed all of his movies. I don't know if that started with Doctor
He
Strangelove.
No, he did that with some of his earlier stuff too.
Okay. All right.
I'm
Keep
pretty
that
sure
in.
he did because he was credited in some of his earlier stuff, the stuff that I got from Kino.
Because maybe it was post Spartacus, because he was fighting with he directed the movie, but it was Kirk Douglas who was producing it. And from what I've heard, he was butting heads with Kirk Douglas like the entire time during that production.
Oh wow.
So I think after that he decided, he's gonna produce. He wants to be in total control of his project. So that's why he was director, producer, and writer, which is nuts when you think about it. But he was all three, and
No,
every
yeah.
movie after that. I've seen everything he did post Doctor Strangelove. So obviously Strangelove 2001, Clockwork Orange, Barry Lyndon, Shining, Full Metal Jacket, and Eyes Wide Shut.
I've seen all of those except for Barry Lyndon.
I got Barry Lyndon right here. It's somewhere. It's somewhere.
I know which one you're talking about. It's a Blu-ray released from Criterion, right?
Yeah. So as you can tell, I have a lot of Criterion. I have a lot of Criterion Blu-rays on
I
me
have
right
a
now.
I have a decent amount of 4Ks from Criterion
How do
actually.
you feel about Criterion overall? Like,
I like them.
I think I like the quality. I like they're one of the few Blu-rays that actually come with special features.
I
Because I mean, I remember DVDs that used to blow me. I mean, I grew up with VHS in the 90s. I actually didn't see a DVD until my senior year of high school, which was several years after it came out. I think DVD came out in 97, 98. But
yeah.
I didn't actually see a DVD until like 2002, when I was, like I said, when I told you about my senior film study class. And that's how I first saw it. We didn't buy we still were watching VHS. We were still watching movies on VCR at the time. So seeing how like there was a menu and you didn't have to rewind. You didn't have to rewind a DVD, and you could access like additional things on the DVD. I was like, dude, sign me up. I want this. I went and bought myself. So I mean, the GameCube was the first major hardware I ever bought for myself. When I started working, but DVD was the other thing. My first, I bought $50 DVD player from Best Buy.
Oh wow.
Yeah. So that's how I got into DVDs, and I think the very first DVD I ever bought was All in the Family season 1.
Oh wow.
Yeah,
Yeah, no, like special features on like any like format of physical media, DVD, Blu-ray, 4K, what have you. I love special features. I think they're
I,
great.
same
Like
here.
like especially as someone who like wants to study film, or just I would just say anyone who wants to get into film, it's like we need these things. Like special
Yes,
features is like it's such a good like thing to have, especially like the audio commentaries where you just get like a certain insight
yeah.
within a
I
film.
never, I never really liked. I don't know. I never really listened to the audio commentaries. I always listened to like the special documentaries that they would come with.
Yeah, I like I always like the documentaries that would come with some of them, but like here's the thing, if I've already seen the movie a decent amount of times just by itself, I can listen to an audio commentary
Yeah,
from a director, actors, whoever. And like one of my favorites is the Criterion DVD of Armageddon.
they did a Criterion DVD for Armageddon. No
I'll be right
way.
back.
Okay, it looks like looks like I'll have to be holding this stream for now. But yeah, Armageddon, really. Liv Tyler, Steve Tyler, that on Criterion. Criterion always is the artsy fartsy of stuff, but Armageddon, really, was it say the Armageddon collection up there? What does it say?
The Criterion Collection.
The Criterion collection.
This is one
Okay.
of their earlier releases.
It actually doesn't look bad. It actually looks pretty sick, actually.
And this is number 40.
Number 40. Wait, so you say so that's the number to the order of their releases or something?
Yeah.
Okay.
They also released The Rock on DVD, Criterion.
Really?
I think so. The Rock, this and The Rock are the only Michael Bay releases that Criterion has done when they first started off, because like RoboCop was another DVD that they sold as well.
RoboCop, really?
Yeah, the
Back in the day.
Criterion.
Yeah.
It's like an old DVD now, and like it's out of print. This is
Yeah.
also out of print, but I got this for a damn good deal at a record store.
Okay.
And I only bought this. I bought this because it has all the special features that you can get. The Blu-ray, like the ones released, the Blu-ray and DVD, I think released by Disney,
Yeah.
does not have any of these special features.
Interesting. Okay.
The Criterion DVD does, but it has the audio commentary for it has Michael Bay's audio commentary, Jerry Bruckheimer, and Bruce Willis and Ben Affleck's commentary as well. And Ben Affleck's drunk as shit in the commentary. It's hilarious. And in the commentary, he's mocking the movie for
really?
one part. Yeah, like it's the part it's the whole oil, like he like makes fun of the fact that like oil drillers are trained to become astronauts and all that, and
Yeah.
he had a
I
whole
forgot
fight.
about that.
Yeah, but like when you listen to the audio commentary, like it begins in the scene where all of the oil drillers are at NASA, and was it Bruce Willis is talking to I forget which character it was, but Ben Affleck, like in the audio commentary, is just mocking the scene where it's like I was like, oh, like he's like, how do you get oil drillers to become astronauts? And he's like asking Michael Bay this. Like he was like, it's like, so I was telling Michael, like how do oil drillers become astronauts and all that, and then Ben just follows that up saying, and then he told me to shut the fuck up after that.
That's so.
He's like,
That's wow.
just shut up, Ben. Just shut up.
Just shut.
And he's like, so that was the end of that talk. And another funny fucking thing is like, Bruce Willis's character is like asking like the movie makes it seem complicated as to like drill a hole in the asteroid, and like or like they don't know jack about drilling or something, and Ben Affleck's like, this might be a little bit of a logic stretch, but don't know jack about drilling? How hard can it be? Just aim the drill down and push the button or something like that. It's so fucking funny, but you can tell he's like drunk off his mind during the commentary.
Yeah, sounds about right.
I'm not gonna lie. Some of Michael Bay's audio commentary in the like that was released in this set is also pretty fucking hilarious, because he tells the story of he tells like many stories that were pretty fucking funny during the movie, and he tells the story of there was some production designer or costume designer or something that bought gardening gloves from a hardware store and just painted it like silver for the space suits.
Yeah.
And Michael Bay's like, what the fuck is that? And he's like, it's a space glove. And he's like, no, it looks like a gardening glove that you painted gray.
Oh shit.
And he's like, and Michael Bay's like, he's like, if your costumes look bad, your movie's fucked. like he was like so like angry about that whole thing,
Mm-hmm.
and
That
he
sounds about right.
and during the audio commentary, he's just cussing up a storm. And during the commentary, he's like, "I'm sorry for cussing so much, but this just stresses me out so much."
That sounds like a Hollywood. That sounds like a toxic Hollywood production. I miss those. I miss those.
Oh man, I I mean, this definitely falls under like some of the James Cameron productions and all that
Oh my
type of shit.
gosh, James
Like
Cameron.
earlier,
No.
like Michael Bay belongs in that
Yeah,
fucking train too, because
Michael Bay, William Friedkin, all
yeah.
those guys, all those directors. Oh my gosh. There is another. To kind of wrap this up. There is one 4K Blu-ray from Criterion that came out. I think a couple of days ago that I actually want to get.
Oh,
It's
which one?
called it's called Peeping Tom. Came out in 1960.
Oh,
Yeah.
I've heard of that one.
So
My
it's
my friend of mine took an authorship class on Michael Powell at my
yeah,
school that I go to, and that was one of the movies they watched. Peeping Tom.
yeah. It's a really interesting film. It's basically about a dude who is a camera. He's a camera guy, and he murders people while he's recording them, while he's recording their faces close up. And yeah, like he has literally has a blade attached to his I think tripod or something, or to his camera or something, and he as he advances on the woman just starts screaming like that, and you see it filmed, and it's so like when you think about that, that's just such a messed up idea and all that. So,
I
but
I need to watch that. I
it
need
came out.
to.
It was competing with Psycho. What was considered the first slasher? Was it Psycho, which also came out in 1960, or was it
Peeping Tom.
was it Peeping Tom? So I mean,
I need to watch Peeping Tom. I want to get I Am Cuba. I don't know if
I
you
am
heard of that
cute.
one.
I don't think so. No,
Lahane, have you heard of that one?
no.
I hear Lahane. A lot of people consider Lahane like
How you spell it? Is it Lehane?
no, it's Lahaine.
Lahane. Okay.
It's not one word. It's La then because like Lahane.
La Hain. Oh, gotcha. All right.
You can just go. You can go to the you can go to like the new releases tab on the Criterion website, and Lahane is there. They
Mm-hmm.
released that on 4K. I want to get that because I hear that's very good. Um, but let me look because like I have most of their 4Ks. I have a few Blu-rays from them. I have Christopher Nolan's first movie that they released, Following. I don't know if you've heard of that one, but
Following. Is that what it's called?
yeah, Following.
Following.
It's
That's
an
all.
hour long. It's an hour long movie shot in black and white film, and Criterion released it on a Blu-ray.
Okay.
And in the special features, it has like a short film that Chris Nolan had made. It was called Doodlebug, I believe, is what it's called. So I have that, and I have the Blu-ray for Scanners, David
Okay.
Cronenberg
Scanners. Yeah.
Scanners.
Yep.
But like some of the 4Ks that I have The Adventures of Baron Munchausen on 4K. I have Kurosawa's Dreams. I have De Palma's Blowout. Uh, what else? Oh, Dazed and Confused. I have that one. Uh, oh my God. Yeah, some of these 4Ks I don't even own. Uh, Malcolm X. I have that one. I have
Oh,
Mean.
Spike Lee, the Spike
Yeah,
Lee, Malcolm X, Denzel. That's a good one.
yeah. I got that one on Best Buy back when Best Buy used to sell movies.
I wanted to bring up Best Buy as
Yeah.
as a final point. Now
And Mean Streets, which is a 4K from Criterion, that was one of the last 4K 4Ks that I bought from Best Buy before before they like cleaned their shelves.
I think I saw it once. I think it was. I don't think it was it his was it Scorsese's first movie. I know. I mean, I know
Oh,
it's one of De Niro's earliest movies.
yeah, it
It's
was one
pre
of,
Taxi Driver.
yes, it was pre Taxi Drivers, one of his earlier films.
I liked how they're
I
like
don't know if it was his first.
I don't remember who was attacking who. I don't know if it was I don't know if it was Harvey Keitel attacking De Niro, or there was a fight in the bar, and the way they
I've
filmed
seen
the
that
fight
scene.
was like it was like a single shot, like it was like from one of their perspectives. It was very interesting. It was a very interesting way to do it.
I need to watch it. I still haven't seen it.
Yeah, I'll have to I haven't watched that movie since DVD, since this was before Netflix. This was like 20 years ago now for me. So rented the video store. That's how long ago it's been. So um uh but yeah, what was I was gonna bring up Best Buy. So one thing that especially Fanzine and Tom from Midnight's Edge like to say to poor runner here is fuck your Best Buy.
yes.
Well, the Best Buy in his area of Chicagoland, I've actually been there. I took a pilgrimage there. It's a miracle that there was that many awesome collection of physical media there.
It's honestly ridiculous how great that that Best Buy used to be. Like out of all the stores, like that was one of the best when it came to like their like selection of movies. It's like they had some Shout Factory, they had some Criterion later on, and
Yeah,
they had some Arrow as well, which was fucking cool. So I would always like I would always like for fun I would brag and say like, hey, my Best Buy is awesome. I got this and that, and there's like,
way
oh,
better
man,
than
fuck
mine.
your Best Buy. But the thing with Tom and Greg is like they live in the country area.
Yeah,
Like they don't live
they don't
in
live in
a,
the city.
they don't live in a city
They're
attraction.
not
Like
us. They're not
they're
us.
not us exactly. They're 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 not as cool as us.
No.
They don't they live in the middle of nowhere. We live in, what do you call it? Like we live in a contraction of just like
Yeah.
where you can, because like they always make the joke like Tom's like, I'm surprised Greg gets internet, for instance.
Yeah. Greg being Fanzine, if you
Yes.
in case you're confused. But
Yeah,
yeah.
Fanzine. Because was it? I think Fanzine lives in Ohio,
Yeah. Yeah.
and Tom lives in Wisconsin.
I like how you
So
said Wisconsin. Wisconsin.
Wisconsin.
Yeah,
Uh,
because I went to Best Buy. I went to the Best Buy by the Harlem and Irving, and
you know what's funny?
it was such a sad thing. Like the
Yeah.
area that used to be the Blu-ray, the movies, it was empty, and it was just stacked with crap. It was just stacked with other appliances, and it was heartbreaking to see. I wanted to take a picture. I was like, I don't even want to do that. So
Wait, which one was this?
the Best Buy by Harlem and Irving. That's the one that's pretty close to where I'm at.
Oh, okay. Because was
In
it there
Norwich.
was
It's in Norwich if you're familiar with Norwich. It's right. It's and the place Rolling Stones is right across the street from that mall.
no, I've never been there. I've ever been to like, oh my God.
Dude, you got to take a pilgrimage to Rolling Stones. You need to check it out. They have some really. They I bought like a DVD that I didn't think I would ever find. So there's stuff there. There's gems there to buy.
You need to send me that address.
I will. I
Send
will.
me that address, and I'll remind you if in case you forget. But
Okay.
um, what else was I was gonna say something else, but like I've been to a decent amount of Best Buys, and like some are hit or miss than others. But like I remember when I went to my 2-year school, there was one Best Buy near it, along with a Target next to it, and I used to go to that Best Buy a decent amount of times because they had a good selection. But then they made it into an outlet, and no DVDs were being sold or 4K Blu-rays and all that. It was just like fucking refrigerators and laundry machines and shit.
I've been to a Best Buy outlet. They have one in Melrose Park. I've been there. I was like, what's
That's
here?
the one. That's the one.
That's the one. Okay.
That's the one. It wasn't an outlet before, but when they changed it to an outlet, it was heartbreaking as shit. I'm like, okay, never coming here again.
Yep. I've been there.
Because they like they were, but this was like, and this was like before they made the announcement, like, oh, we're not selling Blu-rays anymore or physical media.
What's up? What's up, man? What's up, man? Any place in Wisconsin is the country. Uh, yeah. Nah, no, it's just no, it's just yeah.
No,
He lives. Yeah, that Tom lives in the country basically. So good to see you, man. Um,
not country, but like they live in like the middle of nowhere. You know what I mean?
yeah,
Like
yeah.
like like that sort of the thing. It's like they have to drive like a decent amount of like they have to like go a certain distance in order to like go to a Best Buy or a whatever. You know?
I'll have to. I do have to. I do. I'll have to once again shout out to Greg Fanzine, especially with the fact that Best Buy stopped selling Blu-rays and all that. His videos talking about like physical media have been pretty hopeful for me. So, like, so definitely subscribe to him and definitely check out his content. He comes out with content like every other day, and
Yeah,
it's
absolutely.
so.
Did you
He t-
hear that GameStop is gonna sell some Blu-rays and 4Ks and stuff? They're gonna
no, I didn't hear about that. No.
um I think I forgot what the company is called, but they like distribute Blu-rays and 4Ks for Warner Brothers and Universal. They made a deal with Best Buy and Fred Meyer, I think is what the store is called. And
Fred Meyer.
it's in like a selection of like those stores where they're gonna sell physical media and stuff.
Hmm.
So there's a little bit of hope there. Um so that's very interesting that like some places are like going to like have a selection now while others are not, like Best Buy and pretty soon like Target, they even announced like they're gonna get rid of their physical media shelf.
Did Walmart say anything? Did
No,
Walmart? Okay.
no, Walmart
It's
Walmart's getting the exclusives now. They're getting what used to be the Best Buy exclusives now with their Walmart exclusives.
interesting. That that
So
that's that's weird. You would think Walmart
Walmart,
would be the first to do that, and then Walmart's not the first to do
I
that. So
agree. I thought Walmart was like gonna be the first to be like, no, we're done. But no, they're kind of building it up now.
wow, they're doing something right. That's
So they're doing something right, but here's the thing, like I went to my Walmart when I moved back to my hometown because there isn't one close around downtown Chicago, like a Walmart,
yeah.
but there's like one like nearby in the suburb I live in, and a lot of their shelving is empty. Like they have some of their exclusive steel books, and I only bought one steelbook from them, a Blu-ray steelbook. It's David Cronenberg's Shivers.
Yep, I've seen that
That's the only thing I bought from them of recent.
that movie. Shivers. You know how I found out about Shivers? I found out
No.
about Shivers because I was looking up I don't know if I came across a video or something, but like David Cronenberg on Alien, he's like, well, my movie Shivers is much better than Alien. I was like, oh, okay, all right. So I actually went and watched Shivers. I'm like, no, it's not. I mean, it's a fun movie. It's a
Yeah.
fun movie, but it's not better than Alien.
No.
Not by a stretch.
No, I
But
can I can see where he makes the connection though.
yeah, I mean, it's basically parasites are taking over or spreading. It's like body snatchers. Parasites are taking over people, and in this case, instead of killing people, they just want to have sex with you, and that's why
Yeah.
people. That's why there's a lot of like at the end of the movie, you hear a news
I mean,
report saying, "Oh, there's been a rise in sexual crimes in Canada because this movie takes place in Canada."
Cronenberg's known for being kind of a douche anyway,
Yeah,
sometimes.
I was listening to I was watching you guys. I was watching you and Greg,
I
and
was gonna
you
say, I
were
was gonna
about
say,
John
did you see that?
Carpenter. How John
Did you see the
Carpenter.
John Carpenter clip that
I was I
I
was walking. I was watching. I
I
was
was gonna
walking around my hood
I was
while listening to you guys.
I was thinking about playing that for this stream if you wanted to, but
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, share your thing. Do you have it? Share it.
I gotta
Or,
find it because I remember I saw that on Twitter and I thought it was fucking hilarious.
like who snubs John Carpenter? He's the horror master. He even Like his handle on X is the horror master, and he hates horror, right? He hates horror. Like he wanted to make
Which one?
westerns. John Carpenter. John Carpenter hates horror. He wanted to make westerns, and I mean the closest thing to a western that he made was, and I showed this to Alex, Assault on Precinct 13.
I didn't know
And what's funny is
Carpenter
that
hated horror though.
he wasn't interested. He wanted to, like, at least that's from what, like, there he is. So, okay, let me.
Yeah.
Do you have the audio? Did you select audio?
I think the audio's on. Let me
Because you got So
that
when
again.
you share it, there's a little thing that allows you to turn on the audio because the audio is off by default.
No, the audio is actually, yeah, it was selected, I believe.
Okay.
Yeah.
So all right. So let's see if we can hear it. So yeah. So yeah, play it, my friend.
Let me stretch it out a little
He's
bit.
smoking, and he's smoking a cigarette because that's what John Carpenter does.
You obviously
You
get
see him
together with
smoking
these
Halloween.
big Masters of Horror dinners.
There it is.
So we see Eli and.
Sorry, what's up?
Oh, nothing. I didn't say anything.
Oh, sorry, you like glitched out on my end. That's okay.
Oh, my
buddy Darren and everybody talk about and stuff like that. What
a bunch of bums.
What goes on behind those doors? I mean, do you guys shoot the shit about the genre, or are you guys talking about having actual discussions about actual shit that's going on?
I've gone in a long time.
Yeah.
I first few and it was just fun. Just have dinner and talk and insult each other and tell jokes. And then, it sort of became something else. And then I think the night that got me was David Cronenberg showed up, and he's an old friend of mine. And unfortunately, he takes himself so seriously these days. He's an artist now. And literally, he was holding court in the middle of the room. So I came over to talk to him, and he didn't even look at me. And I thought, there's enough of this. Forget it. Goodbye. I walked out. I don't need this anymore. And, fine. Eli Roth and his Hollywood hair, let him rule now. Darren Aronofsky secretly, I think, hates horror films. Let the geniuses go. Let them go. Let them be geniuses. I'll stay home.
Play Xbox.
Hell yeah.
I like how they were playing Escape from New York.
I know.
I'll say this. I'll say this. I hope he somehow. I forget what he plays, but I hope he somehow got a hold of a Metal Gear Solid, because the character Solid Snake is heavily inspired from Snake Plissken.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
For Metal Gear, yeah.
But yeah, he stays home and plays video games. He doesn't need to work. He has enough money. He doesn't. I don't think he lives above his means. He lives in a normal house. So
yeah, for sure. And speaking of Cronenberg, another like Criterion that I own from his like filmography is Videodrome on 4K.
I still have not seen Videodrome.
Videodrome that to me is Cronenberg's masterpiece that I've seen.
Okay. Is that the one with the antenna, the evil antenna? Or TV or something? Or
yeah, TV. It's TV.
Okay.
James Woods.
James. Oh, okay. Yeah. I've seen it in I've only seen clips of it in Search of Darkness, in that documentary.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. So I haven't seen the movie itself. So it's another list. I have a big list of movies. I haven't watched a whole lot of movies lately myself. So there's so many to see, and I can't seem to figure out which one I want to watch first. So I don't even watch it. I rarely watch stuff. So
it's a 4K movie that was announced recently that's coming out in July in 4K, and it's a Chicago movie, Risky Business.
I have not seen Risky Business.
What?
Yeah, I've not seen it.
You live in Chicago and you haven't seen Risky Business?
I've not seen Risky Business, but I've seen how many parodies of
The dance.
of the dance, the old time of rock and roll. I've seen that they sitcoms back in the 90s made 80s and 90s made fun of that so much. And
Yeah.
I always wondered where that came from. And then I saw a YouTube video of Tom Cruise doing it. I was like, oh, that's where that came from. But
Yeah,
I've
it takes
seen
place in Chicago.
I haven't seen Risky Business. I've seen All the Right Moves. I've seen
I've seen that one too. That was good.
that's the football. That's one where he's like the quarterback, and Craig T. Nelson's in it.
Yeah.
As a coach. What's funny is I wonder if that movie is the reason why Craig T. Nelson plays the coach in the sitcom Coach. That's it's before your time. It's heck before my time. I think.
Yeah.
I was too young to remember.
You know what's so
that
funny? I forgot there was another like Craig T. Nelson movie that I was like talking about, but I think Greg was disappointed by the fact that I knew Craig T. Nelson is Mr. Incredible in The Incredibles.
Oh, he's Mr. Incredible?
Yeah.
I've never seen The Incredibles, but that's another issue. What? I was an adult when that came out.
Oh, it's so good.
I did see Finding Nemo. Give me some credit.
Oh, fuck that. The Incredibles is better than that.
I doubt it. Like Finding Nemo is up there with Toy Story for me.
No. Listen, Toy Story and The Incredibles is better than Finding Nemo. Finding Nemo is good.
Finding Nemo's hilarious, bro. I don't know what you're talking
The Incredibles? About. The Incredibles is.
I've heard The Incredibles is really, really good.
It's one of the best Pixar movies ever made.
Okay, well, all right. I won't argue that because I think it's universally said. I don't know if it's universally said it's one of the best.
It's probably my favorite Pixar movie, The Incredibles.
Okay,
it's the best Fantastic Four movie we're gonna get.
Oh, interesting. Okay.
It definitely takes a lot of inspiration from
Fantastic
Four because of like some of the characters and their powers and stuff.
What if Fantastic Four was a family? Well, there you have it. The Incredibles. There you go. So,
well, I mean, technically, Fantastic Four like is considered a family to an extent.
Okay, I mean, yeah,
because,
I know what you're getting at. Yeah,
Sue Storm, Johnny Storm, they're siblings, and Mr. Fantastic is the love interest to Sue Storm, and the Thing is the Thing, obviously. But
yeah, the Thing.
But the Incredibles is more of a family biologically, I'd say.
The Thing. Come on, man. Come on, get your head out of your ears. Okay, sorry, didn't mean to make this political.
Yeah, and was it Samuel Jackson as Frozone is fantastic.
All right.
You know the whole quote, "Where's my super suit?"
No.
Oh my god, it's iconic. Honey, where's my super suit? You've never seen it? It's been memed so many times.
No, I haven't.
It's been memed more than.
I guess I'm a boomer. I guess I'm a boomer after all.
It's been memed more than the fucking Risky Business dance scene. It's been memed more than Nick Cage saying, "I'm going to steal the Declaration of Independence." Like, it's been memed more than those two alone.
Wow. All right. Well, I wrote it down. I wrote The Incredibles. All right. So.
And there's a sequel that isn't as good, but yeah, the first one's goated as fuck. Back when Disney made good movies at the time.
It looks like somebody agrees. Somebody agrees with you. So.
Yeah, even adults like The Incredibles. Okay.
What are you saying? I'm not an adult. Are you saying I'm? What am I?
No, you're like, oh, I was an adult at the time. It's like, dude, adults like The Incredibles too.
Okay, I was a teenager. Okay, maybe when did The Incredibles come out?
It was like, I don't remember, like 2004, 3, something like that.
Incredibles came out in 2004. I was
Yeah.
it was October 24th. So I was there was one more month of me being a teenager. So yeah.
But no, The Incredibles is great. I'm surprised you haven't seen it, even with your age right now.
Yeah,
The
I'm
Incredibles
probably gonna
is
get a lot of crap from Prophet and the Dragon, even though he's older than me, he's probably
yes,
gonna be
you
like, I've
are.
seen it, I've seen it. Why haven't you?
I mean, listen, if I could get you to watch Tropic Thunder, you can definitely watch The Incredibles.
Well, maybe we should do I don't know. Well, I know you're really busy with being university now, but hey, you know,
Yeah. And
could do.
I haven't seen The Incredibles in a long time, and I'd love to rewatch it. So
I mean, we can do. CLSO. That's not true. Haven't been reading Wheel of Time. I've been listening to it, but I haven't been reading it. So, but yeah, man, Runner. We're at the finish. So
we're at the finish. All right.
yeah. So just have to ask you, man. Is there anything you want to promote? Is there anything at all? You can like, is there any messages for fans? Something like that. We love you. We love you, Greg.
Yeah, we love you, Greg, but he can also suck a dick. No. Yeah, no, Greg's an absolute pain in the ass, but he's a cool dude.
He's awesome. He's an awesome dude.
He's an
Once
awesome
again,
dude.
subscribe to Fanzine. Check out his physical media stuff.
You might see me more on. So I don't know if you've been paying attention. So like, Rookie is sort of the new me. Like Rookie Critic, he's like the replacement for me ever since I've like been away in college and stuff. But I would come back if like I'm on like a break or something, like winter break, spring break. Now I'm on summer break, so I'm able to like attend some shows now.
Yeah.
And it's funny because like right as the semester ends, the Rookie Critic is at Ohio now, taking a trip to visit Justin Proper and a few other friends. So he's gonna be out for like until like beginning of June, I think, is when he comes back to the show. So I remember being in the chat being like, well, that's when I return. Whenever you go to vacation, I'll come back to replace you then, because the whole joke is like right here, Rookie's twin.
Yeah. Okay.
There's that
So
whole
yeah.
joke.
So Rookie Critic is the fourth guy in the physical media show, right?
Yeah. They ever
Greg,
since I
Greg, I'm still waiting for an invite onto that show. Because I have plenty of physical media.
yeah,
But no, you don't have to.
you need to get a report. And like, okay, I think you have a really good chance of being on the show, especially if Tom's absent or I'm absent or something like that, and it's just Greg, because sometimes Deleted Scenes, Steven from Deleted Scenes will make a guest appearance.
Yeah.
If no one else is available, so maybe you can be that guy if you're available.
Maybe I can be. Hey, is Deleted Scenes available? No. Well, let's just go with that Chillporeal guy.
Yeah.
He wants to be on our show. Come on, let's just.
And I'm gonna be real with you, like, because I've watched, like, if I can't catch a stream live that Greg does with Tom and Rookie, I'll catch the replay because I still watch that show. I love it, even though I'm not on it as much anymore.
Yeah.
Like as much shit as Rookie gets for many reasons. I don't know if you like know the lore with Rookie being on the show, but like there's certain movies that like he does not like that are considered classics. Like Gremlins, he does not like Gremlins.
Okay.
Like he like
does he not like horror or something?
He's starting to grow on horror a lot. Like before he didn't like it, but then like I think he said John Carpenter's The Thing was what got him to watching more horror.
Yeah.
And so he has a little bit of taste right there. Like he likes John Carpenter's The Thing, and he likes They Live and shit like that. But for some reason, when he watched Gremlins, he's like, "Oh, this is terrible," and he got a lot of shit from the chat. He got a lot of shit from Greg, and especially Tom, because Gremlins is one of Tom's favorite movies.
Yeah,
And
that sounds about right.
and during the stream, I'm just laughing my ass off because and I have another story to tell. This is the best one yet. The Emilio Estevez story is the greatest fucking thing ever. Okay, but the Gremlins one, I'll tell you that the Emilio one later. The Gremlins one though, like Rookie explains like how he just doesn't like the plot and all that and the certain like story elements of it. And there's a point where he's like he doesn't like this part, and then Tom's like, "That's the fucking movie" and shit like that. So
Yeah.
Tom just gets in a huge rant, like about Rookie like trashing the movie, and Tom's like not only did you break my heart and all this shit, and it's like I was like I knew that was gonna happen because like Rookie put on a tweet saying that Gremlins was like terrible or something like that, and I'm like, oh god, I'm like
Oh no.
I can't wait to see Tom in the physical media show. That's gonna be great.
Yeah. Wow, that's interesting. Huh.
But the Emilio Estevez story is the greatest thing ever in the Rookie critic lore in the physical media show. So I forgot which movie was brought on. I think I forgot what it was called. But Rookie called him the Mighty Ducks guy. That's what he knows him for.
He called him the Mighty Ducks guy. Interesting.
And Tom's like, no! Like he's screaming no! And Rookie's like, yeah, that's the Mighty Ducks guy. And he's like, no, that's not. He's like, it's not the Mighty Ducks guy. He's Emilio Estevez. and Tom's like, he's like, what are you talking about? He's the guy from the Mighty Ducks. He's like, yes, but no.
I guess he was in more movies than just the Mighty Ducks.
But it's so funny, like that's just how young Rookie is. Like he knows him for the Mighty Ducks.
Young as in slightly older than you, not your level of young, but
he's older than me, and that's partially why we have a better connection. I think.
Whereas Greg and Tom are the boomers.
They're the boomers, and they're like clones for some reason. Like
they're clones of each other.
They're clones of each other in the sense where like they have the same taste. They agree on a lot of shit. They disagree on a few things, but they're basically one and one in terms of like their takes and all that.
Yeah, that sounds about
right. For someone like me and Rookie to be there is like it's that nice balance.
Yeah.
You know? And like that balance of like chaos and shit.
Mm-hmm.
And like because sometimes whenever like Rookie and I are on a stream or something, we'll like talk for like a few hours backstage when a show is over, just talking about film and all that shit. But like we're both kind of the same in terms of like, you know, we're both young filmmakers. We want to get our work out there and stuff. But the difference between that is we're both approaching it differently. Where I'm going to school, I'm going to film school. Rookie's not. He's completely just doing it on his own. You know, no budget projects and stuff that he's doing at home.
Mm-hmm.
I'm actually going to school for it, and Rookie had talked about it, and you know, I told him like as like I was about to leave and stuff, I'm like, you know, I'll try to give you some insight and you know some stuff that you should probably know about some of the things I've experienced and all that. And when I came back to winter break, I was basically telling him like, you know, like this is what it comes down to when you work in a set. This is what I've experienced, and being a production assistant and all that for a few projects and stuff, and all that sort of stuff. And I've even taken on some other roles. I've been a gaffer once. I've been I've been an AD.
What's an AD?
Assistant director.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, I'm always used to like abbreviating the crew roles, even though
Mhm.
I should like say the full name so like other people understand it. But yeah, so I need to talk to Rookie now since I haven't talked to him lately. But once he comes back from his trip, I hope to have some more discussions and stuff with him, because I told him, I'm like, listen, when I have like better resources and stuff, like maybe we'll like work on some projects in person and stuff, because like I have some of my own equipment to myself personally, like for instance, I have my Sony camera right here, my camera rig. I just need a lens.
That's pretty cool. I want to get a camera myself. I want to get a good camera myself
I got that for
and start
Christmas,
shooting stuff.
but I need to save up money to get a lens.
I
Like a
heard
really good.
lenses can go so expensive.
They're more expensive than the
And the
camera.
camera,
sometimes.
yeah.
So yeah, I want to get a lens. I need to get a lens if I ever want to get any like cinematography gigs and stuff. Um, but yeah, the Emilio Estevez story with Rook is like fucking hilarious as shit. I remember like watching that stream as it was live when I'm like coming back from work on the train, and I'm like laughing my ass off to tears. It was hilarious. I tried stop motion at an animation class I took in high school. It's hard as fuck.
Yeah, because CLS has done some. He has done some stop motion himself. I think it's on his Instagram or something. So
Is it because I'm trying to like I had to do stop motion for like a project, and it was like a summer class that I took at high school to get an art credit for, and yeah, it was a really good course. It was fun. Like I did animation like in the computer, and pixel animation and all that type of stuff, and trying to move a pixel and all that type of stuff. And I remember there was one project where we had to do stop motion, and yeah, like exactly. It takes really freaking long and all that. And my thing was pretty like basic and half-assed because it's a school project. You only have like a limited amount of time. If it was like a passion project that I wanted to do by myself, I would take my sweet ass time to do it. But yeah, stop motion's cool, and I like stop motion. But I'm not an expert on that kind of stuff, personally.
okay, well, all right. So there's a thing. So like everything nowadays, there has to be a sequel to everything. So
Yes.
Runner,
Great.
what's gonna how are we gonna hold? How are we gonna? What's gonna hold people to the next to the part two of Chillporeal featuring Runner? Are you my father's brother's sister's cousin's former roommate or something?
Oh God. I don't know. I mean, I have a fuck ton of this shit and all that. We can talk more about that.
Yes.
There's always going to be some news about physical media, even though some people, have the narrative that it's dying and all that type of shit.
Yeah, I'll probably take some of my. I have a whole bunch of. I don't know if you saw. I have a whole bunch of stuff. I have my Godfather
Godfather.
50th anniversary.
You have that Godzilla.
Yep, Godzilla, and I have
Speak,
Star Trek: The Motion
Speaking
Picture.
of that, they're doing like a Godzilla like marathon at the Music Box at Chicago. I'm debating on going to that. They're
Godzilla.
showing like there's like one day where they're doing like a 24-hour marathon of the show era stuff, which I
Yeah,
think is what you have on that set.
that's all. It's all 15 from 1954 Gojira to
Yeah.
1975. I think it's Mecha Godzilla something.
Yeah. So they're showing all those, some of them in 35 millimeter print, some of them they were only able to get on, the digital files, but yeah, like the Music Box, and they're showing they're doing a double feature as well. I think it's the day before they're showing the show era stuff.
Mhm.
They're showing a double feature of Shin Godzilla and Godzilla -1.
I've seen Godzilla -1. Great
I have
movie.
to.
Shin Godzilla I still have not seen.
I have not seen Shin Godzilla, but I kind of want to go to that double feature just to watch -1 again.
When's it? Do you know when? Do you know when it's going to be? We'll have to.
I think it's like early June. I think it's the event is like they're showing like I think like all of the Godzilla movies or almost all of them from June 7th to the 13th, I think. Go to go to musicbox.com or I'll send you the link, but the Music Box in Chicago.
Yeah.
That's a great place. Have you ever been to the Gene Siskel Film Center actually?
Gene Siskel Film Center. Is that a theater or is that a museum?
It's a theater.
It's a theater. I don't think it's on Gene Siskel. Let me look.
They screen a ton of like movies and they host like certain events and stuff.
Oh, bro, that's downtown. That's downtown.
Yeah, that's downtown.
Was that? Is that different from the Chicago theater? Isn't it? No. No, it's different. No, it's different. It's on State Street.
Yeah, it's on State Street. Yeah.
No, I haven't been there. I'll have to check that out.
That's a pretty good place. I saw David Cronenberg's Crash in 35mm print.
Yeah.
Over there, and that was a fucking hell of an event.
Dude, I got a question. Another big theater chain that's pretty popular. Have you ever been to an Alamo Draft House?
People keep asking me that. I have not, but I hear it's good.
I haven't either. I think it's downtown. I think it's somewhere downtown.
It is somewhere. I don't remember where it is exactly, but I've never been there, and I want to. But,
I kind of want to myself. Like they have like special deals and like they had things for trying to remember what. Yeah. My brain's fried now.
But the Music Box. They have some pretty special events over there and stuff like Saturday, like on a midnight. Like on Saturday, I'm gonna see a screening of Hundreds of Beavers. I don't know if you've heard of that movie.
Hundreds of Beavers? No.
I saw that at the Music Box with my friends on my birthday, and they were screening it at the Music Box, but they're re-releasing it for a midnight showing, like at the end of this week, and I'm gonna see that with a friend of mine.
Okay. All right. I haven't seen this one. I'll have to check. So
that one's a fun one. And I also saw Tommy Wiseau's The Room on the Music Box.
Oh, I still have not. I've still not seen anything Tommy Wiseau related.
Oh wow. Yeah, The Room is considered the Citizen Kane of bad movies.
Yeah, I've heard. So I'll have to check that one out. So all right, but I think this is a good time to cap it off. So
yeah,
Runner, thanks for doing this. We'll have to set up another time.
Yeah, stay tuned for the sequel, folks.
Yeah, stay tuned and everything. So all right, everybody, take care, have a good night, and stay nerdporeal. And by the way, let's find out who's going to be on next week's thing.